Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a sensational Sunday evening. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe as we bring you NXT Heatwave, and we are cooking on and off screen tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. Blow up that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. But me and that pretty face are going to be here all night long, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. And we are already getting beautiful shots of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as we remain north of the border for NXT Heatwave tonight. Lots of intrigue going into this one. Lots of matches, stacked card. Looking forward to how this one's all going to play out and how it's going to affect the rest of the summer for NXT. But it's going to be a good one. Get in that chat, blow it up, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see how many people we can get joining us here tonight. What? Who are you going to join? Who are you going to hang out with for the next few hours? Well, you got Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and already at the gate, my guy got to click on probably the funniest comment I've seen in a minute of Trip N. Dixon saying it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but for wrestling. Absolutely, my guy. We got you covered with all the sarcasm and the action.
Right, I feel like you've been saying that for 2 years.
a little bit, my guy. But no, 100%. And we're coming off of Money in the Bank last night. A interesting show, to say the least. Big, huge moments to talk about outside of that. Drew gets cost by CM Punk. John Cena's retiring. Tiffy in the bank time, etc., etc.
Yeah, lots to pull away from last night, including it's been announced that indefinitely suspended Drew McIntyre, plus him and Punk got fined, but the whole elbow to pierce his face was enough, and we don't know when we're going to see Drew next, which I think we have a feeling we're going to see him sooner than later, against the orders of the GM. But I got Trick Williams walking down the street of Toronto.
Right. Well, and do we see Drew show up at Raw? Do we see him show up in a ring? Or does the ominous threat of, I know where your family lives, might ring true? And we get, he goes full Triple H, home invasion, Hangman, Adam Page, Claymore's through Punk's front door.
Punt Larry.
No, he's literally going to Claymore Larry. Future shock DDT to Larry.
There we go. That's interesting. I like that take to it. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on whether or not, the Money in the Bank made sense to do it the way they did it. But listen, Punk's got heat with Seth. Punk's got heat with Damian. Punk's got heat with Drew more than anyone else. And like I said, my biggest fear was they were going to continue to pussyfoot around and it was going to be playful. Like, aha, I tricked you again. And it wasn't. Thankfully, it was on site. It was rage. It was anger. And now it's just elevating. I'm looking forward to Monday. I'm looking forward to the build towards SummerSlam. What does it mean? How does this all work out? Seth cannot go after the title as long as Damian has it.
He got two birds stoned at once. I mean, two birds at the same time with one stone. But 100%. To where he's now screwed over Seth. Seth can't challenge as long as Damian's champion, and he also screws over Drew, who again looks like a fucking fool. Damian, though, with coming out of this, again has questions, I feel, of again, it's another what was supposed to be a prove it match that again is just foiled by the CM Punk Drew storyline. And also, I know we don't always like to talk about these moments, but there was a little botchy spot that happened in there to where it should have been a 3 count and he should have kicked out. Just coming off of his last ever defense where he had a little bit of a botch. So
it was a little bit of a
but still, I liked Hunter's talk about it at the press conference of like, I wish right now I could take his phone, just let him be by himself and just think about all this shit. I think that spot last night was supposed to be Drew's music was supposed to hit, and no one's paying attention to the finish anymore, because it didn't look like he got knocked loose, because you can see after he was supposed to kick and the ref like just calls for the 2 after he clearly didn't move. He had no intentions of moving. You can see him like start to talk to like probably Seth of just like fuck. But,
oops, that was
it didn't seem like he was on wobbly knees or anything, or was out on Dream Street. That's why he didn't kick. He looked like he had no intentions of doing it.
Yeah, very interesting. And again, I think Triple H does a really good job of explaining things after the fact, even talking about the John Cena moment. And again, I know there was some debate here on the channel and out and about Triple H, what Triple H had said leading into the pay-per-view, but listening to him after the pay-per-view, you kind of get why he said what he said, as far as internally, the greatest of all time has announced he's going to do 30 to 40 days, and it's going to lead to his retirement at WrestleMania. That's landscape changing. That's huge by his standard, by his estimation.
Fair enough, but you do see how it opens the door for the conversation of it does very much have a little bit of that Tony Khan feel, because the matches were good, not great, outside of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase match was clearly match of the night. Was some people I've said, or I've seen them said that it was the best women's Money in the Bank briefcase of all time.
Could be.
Chelsea Green was a fucking star in that, 100%. But now, speaking of Triple H and what he said after the press conference and everything, have you seen the whole? It feels like one of those 7-hour shows.
That was the best. I fucking thought.
And then instantly, well, I'm talking about us. Don't fucking run with that.
Don't run with this shit. Yeah, he made me laugh.
Pays attention to Twitter.
Yeah, that was almost like minutes after we had gone off the air from our stream, and I almost wish we had stayed on for that moment and then got off. But it made me laugh because when he first said it, instantly, like, oh shit, because he's like, well, I'm sitting here back here waiting like one of these 7-hour pay-per-views, and then you see him realize what he said and went, hey, now don't. Well,
that's the thing. Yeah, we all knew where everyone was gonna go with that.
Yeah, which he's not wrong in either regard, right? Like, I mean, it's funny. Like, even Punk made jokes about Cena being like, I feel like it's old times, like where I'm sitting for my turn and there's Cena taking up extra minutes. We've been here before.
And I like, though, that Punk's even at a point to where he's like, I wouldn't be where I'm even at if it wasn't for my match with Cena, my whole run with that. And he wants to run it back one more time. I've seen people doing too the Dwayne meme of, we got to do it, thrice in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. I saw the ones where it was like, I called Nick and said, Cena should retire. Made me laugh. Like, that's The Rock's MO at this point. It was very interesting. And I get the debate. Overall, I was super impressed with Money in the Bank. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the men's Money in the Bank was good. I thought the women outdid the men, which was outstanding. Mm-hmm. What a fun match. And, dude, it was funny because the spot you predicted for Drew, we got with Chelsea and Tiff. Of, like, they zoomed in on Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I'm cheering, and then the ladder shakes, and you're like, shit.
And all the pictures, though, and all the videos of her taking that bump in that spot was just fantastic. And then even then, she's in the center of the ring, no ladder, just trying to jump up and grab it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's been one party foul that slipped under the rug that no one's really talking about. One, issue that I take umbrage with. Braun Breaker losing clean, dead center of the ring, one haluva kick. After we've built this man up to be a monster, he sat there and sent Ricochet packing. He knocked the fucking Sonic rings out of Ludwig. And now one haluva kick. That's it. Bob's your uncle. That's all we wrote.
Listen, it was funny because I was really okay with it. And I think that the IWC really focuses on wins and losses, forgetting that, like, we could watch somebody lose for 3 years and then all of a sudden they, win a battle royal and they're back to being hot. I saw it with DIY this week where everyone was like, boo, DIY. And a lot of people changed their mind with one title win. Not everybody, but a lot of people. I think why I was okay with this was, and you heard Triple H talk so highly about Sammy. And I think partly because I'm a Sammy fan, to me it was, yeah, you might be big, bad. You might be running around, running amok, but I'm a vet. I know what I'm doing in here, and you're not going to get over me yet. I still think Braun will get his comeuppance, but also I think they really want Sammy to have a good IC title run.
But he kind of already has, and he hasn't even been really focused too much on this story. He, for before all of this, was focused mainly on Otis and Maxine and Tozawa.
Yeah, and again, I questioned that. I did. You're not wrong at all. I did question the booking,
Right.
Especially like why are we following? Like we're following this heel turn from Chad, and we're really invested. Like Otis was getting huge pops, but now it's about Chad and the Wyatts. And we kind of forgot about Chad in the IC title, Chad and Otis, Chad and Alpha, other than the fact that he has no friends and these spooky people are chasing him around.
Right.
So, again, I understand where people are like, oh, you know, I can't believe. But Braun is such a blue chip prospect. He's going to be okay. We're going to forget that he lost his match. I mean, we've seen a lot of people, you know, John Cena came in as the prototype, lost, took L's. I mean, a lot of people take L's early. I was surprised, but at the same time, I think they have to come up with those, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Or, oh, that, like, everything can't go the way we expect it to go.
Fair enough, but sometimes they should. And I think that was one of those times.
Fair. Yeah. But I think Braun will be fine. And I get why there would be concern there of like, shit, Braun just lost. But and maybe
he lost clean though, like it wasn't a distraction. It wasn't he got.
No, I'm okay with clean.
One haluva, one.
Maybe two haluvas. We could throw in another haluva. You're not wrong with that. I understand. Maybe it takes a little extra to keep him down.
Right.
But I do think it's you know, it's he's a juggernaut, and he hit a bit of a brick wall that held him up for a second. He'll get through this wall, but Sammy at the same time is no slouch. And I think sorry, just last thought, but that's what I think Triple H does in those media conferences. Like when he explained like how he feels about Sammy, you kind of understand why it happened a little more.
Well, he explains the reasoning and the rationale behind it, which, you know, is kind of missed. And it's interesting to actually hear from the guy that is in charge of the creative. But I was going to just transition to, speaking of having to take a minute, do we want to talk about the bum shot heard around the world that became the nut shot / brother popped in the skull spot?
Right. People are so funny to me. Like, y'all, like, there's some people out there that work at the, you know, the local fucking Subway and fuck up a sandwich, never mind on a big stage. Like, it does make me laugh at how many people were critical of, like, Kevin Owens took one, like, in trying to hold the weight of the man in his arms, he stepped forward, and Tongaloa punched him in the taint. That's all. That's like,
that's a good old gooch punch,
right in the gooch. And KO didn't register it. Being a chubby fellow, it might not have resonated with the way it should have. But he scooched forward and got him. We were good, at least.
Yeah, and then also punched his brother Tama right in the top of the head too.
Well, shit.
He hit two heads in one shot.
Right? Two birds stoned at once, my God.
Exactly.
But that's where it makes me laugh. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it was a funny spot. I prefer what they did. We see a lot where like they botch the shot and then everyone sells anyway, like it went perfect. That I don't love, right? So at least they had the sense to be like, wait, man, I didn't get your dick. Hold up.
Like, yeah, but it's one of those of, it's almost, all right, you didn't do it this time, so now you've got to do something. Boom, you got to get to a similar spot rather than completely turn around and run it back. Like, because that was just one of those, it doesn't make sense of why he would just be like completely fine to just turn around and do it again.
Well, my only thought there is like, imagine being in a scrap and you go to punch a guy in the face, but he kind of moves and you get him in the shoulder and you reload and punch again. Like, that's kind of what
waits there. I'm gonna make sure you get your punch here. You missed. You did a good job. You got close.
Try again.
You're right. I zagged when you zagged. I wasn't expecting. That's not fair to me.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I think in the women's match, I think in the men's match, there was a couple clunky spots. Damien, of course. My concern for Damien now is they are big fans of Damien. They want Damien to do well. I'm a fan of Damien, but this is too like he's almost kind of getting that Trick Williams vibe of, can you pull off a really solid match without fucking this up? Like without having that moment. We know mistakes happen. We don't need it to be, you know, spick and span clean. We need it good and believable, and it should be a struggle. But I mean, the spot in London or in Scotland was huge. Like that was such a
we
thought he killed himself. And then
the
this one,
now that we're going 2 pay-per-views back to back of
it might be 3.
A kind of a history of botchy spots throughout the whole card.
Yeah, and that's that would be a little bit of my concern. And I mean, internally, hopefully, I mean, Triple H, like he said, I just want Damien to get rid of his phone and focus on the positives and don't stress about the silly shit, which is admirable, but it could cause an internal conversation of like, where do we go with this, right? Like, and again, right now it looks like it's going to be Gunther and Damien, which I think might be the end of Damien's run anyway.
Oh, 100. Well, that's why I'm bringing it full circle before. Well, I'm just at this point going to just raise the white flag.
You're going to just ride it out. And I don't
exactly. But, well, I think that there's been really the discussion online, as we'll say this before we get to the chat here, but how the men's Money in the Bank briefcase, both titles are kind of locked up as to where they're going to go for the next little bit. So you're not going to have, unless you're going to have somebody hold that briefcase for a long time, it makes sense to use it now and get it still involved in an active storyline. And you still have Tiffany, who's going to hold that for probably a good bit, I would assume. But that makes. Go ahead. Sorry, go
ahead. We're in Canada. We're being overly polite, folks. And we will get to that chat. Don't forget the super chat, the super stickers, but keep filling it up, folks. We want to blow up this chat tonight. And we got lots to talk about, and we want to hear what you guys are thinking too. But yeah, I mean, we're rolling through this pre-show. But back to your original thought of you're 100% right. Cody's not dropping to a cash-in anytime soon. He's tied up. They got plans for Cody, whether it's Solo, whether it's Randy Solo and Roman, like whatever order, they have a plan here right up until WrestleMania 41. It could be Cody versus fucking Cena at WrestleMania 41. They have a plan.
Which would be nuts.
It would be insane. So that to your point, yeah, like I think
Gunther's locked up on the other side too.
Kind of, right? Like you're leading with Gunther. Gunther's not going to win it and then drop it. I think you maximized the meaning of the failed cash-in more than you could have with a successful cash-in. And that was my concern. All right, you cash it in, then what? You're kind of playing games, trying to figure out how it all fits together. Punk successfully pissed off everybody that was involved, including some of the fans, by doing this. I know some people think it's a waste, but last year it went for 10 months. So they can't all go 10 months, right?
Well, and this way he got to screw over Seth as well, because now Seth can't challenge as long as Damien's champion either. So that's why you have Seth even out there having angry words with him too. So you've now reignited that to where we could potentially get a triple threat at SummerSlam of Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, again, and we don't know how this angle is going to play out. And it could be a case of, we get CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, SummerSlam, but Seth kicks, CM Punk in the face and says, screw you. We have no idea, and I like that we have no idea at the moment. But let's talk to people who might have an idea. It's Christopher's in the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are doing well. Looking forward to covering another night of wrestling. It's been a whirlwind week here on the channel, running 7, 8, 9 days straight. But a fun week for sure. Good to see you as always. We appreciate the chanting. AD and AZ, good evening, folks. I'm excited for this one. Let's go NXT. Been cooking lately. I'm excited for Heatwave. I really am. Are you?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the potential for some NXT for some TNA pop-ins, I should say. Well, speaking of pop-ins, I'll say this real quick because Brother Fluff down here with the $5 super chat saying, too bad it wasn't Solo in that spot. They could have said he got a tainted victory.
Right. Could have.
I like the joke, sir. I like the joke.
That was almost worth $5.
Yeah, there you go. But I think that there's the potential of we could see a say his name and he appears. Well, Josh Alexander was backstage at Money in the Bank. There's been talks about potentially Moose wanting to Oba Femi. If Oba retains tonight, that maybe we set up a Moose versus Oba.
Just invade. Just get like 8 of them and invade. Just invade.
Well, they've trademarked that whole Super Brawl and everything coming up, and I still think that that's going to be announced as a TNA NXT crossover show.
I like it. Donnybrook, what a wicked name. Donnybrook in the house. I like it. 420 Dreamer, welcome back. See Money, always a pleasure. Say his name and he appears. So Money's here, we appeared, and maybe Joe Hendry. I'm all for it. I'll pop for it. I'm good for that.
Right. Well, I'm still in fear because Larry isn't here.
Yeah, there you go. Trip. Welcome, Richard. Always a pleasure. Yes, Richard, we know there's other streams this week. We're on it. Trey, how you doing? Tanisha, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. MGB Bradley that reminds me, the prediction title is back on the line. So whoever won it last night, let's say it was Scott, could be someone else, but the title is on the line once again, folks. Be the prediction champion. This will actually be a longer reign because we don't have a major show for a couple weeks.
Yeah, well, you've got Bradley pulled up there as he just had the first retention that we've had for the predictions title of man walked into Forbidden Door champion and walked out of it champion too as well.
There you go. The first successful retainer. Trey, welcome. Already got you. Kevin, I hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome back. Such a devious move. The taint punch? Yeah, definitely devious. I'm guessing.
Right in
What's
the
up, Boston? What's up, AJ? How you doing? Bo said so. What's up, guys? Had a cool time watching the shows with your chat all week. Bo, that's what we do around here. We are the Wrestling Utopia. The wrestling may suck. We never do. Thanks. And we're looking forward to another live stream as Ethan Page rocking the Canadian tuxedo on the way in the door tonight, sir.
Good old 100% looks like a country music artist right now.
It's always, I don't know. Does anyone else out there get that trip vibe when like you see the building or like they're in a town that you are from and you know the streets, you've walked those streets, you know where they're turning left or right. Like it's just so familiar to you. You're like, I know all this shit. It's just
that's fine. I've personally never experienced that, so I can't say yay or nay. But that does sound like that would be pretty cool, bro. I'm from a small town in upstate New York. They ain't going there for fucking WrestleMania,
right?
We're lucky to get even right now where I live. The closest we get is Manchester, and we get some house shows and everything there. Maybe a SmackDown. We don't get no pay-per-views out here.
Fair enough. As I'm getting a video of Sol, Ruka, and Kalani working out together ahead of their match, they're fighting each other, right?
Yeah, they're friends. They're all friends.
I'm waiting for the wow.
Right.
What is happening here?
Just all of a sudden it gets steamy, or she just snaps and like smashes the medicine ball into her
face. You got a fighter tonight. Why are you getting along so well? Stop, Jesus.
It's Gossip Girls in the backstage locker room, I feel at times.
Again, babyface matchup. It's not unheard of. Again, time and place. Very interesting. So we'll see how this one plays out. But Stoner Jesus, good to see you. May the blunt be with you. Welcome back. Yeah, Elimination Chambers in the house. Always a pleasure. Good to see you. Christopher LeClaire mixing it up. Roxanne Perez is the prodigy. Yes, she is. She might be a main roster prodigy sooner than later. JV from NJ is with us as always. Welcome back, VHS. Sunil. Stephanie Vacour has offers from both WWE and AEW at record_Mexico.
Makes sense, though. I mean, especially after Forbidden Door, she showed up and showed out. Most people were talking about her after the Mercedes match than they were even Mercedes, I would say.
Yeah, and you know what, Nick? We've watched her matches. Like, with us watching so much wrestling, we've seen Stephanie. We watched her win the title.
New Japan Strong Women's title.
So, I mean, again, fans of hers, it's nice that she's getting the recognition. And again, she showed up. She did her thing. I mean, the match was building for DMD versus CEO, so she got in there, did well. Now
she looked like a beast in that match. Oh my god, she came out there looking like a superstar.
Yeah, she got talent. She's not petite. She's strong, ready to go. I like it. We'll see what we get. I don't even know where I am. Oh, Sunil there.
No, yeah, you're fine. I'll click around. If MDB is saying Sol Hookah because she's smoking.
There you go.
I love that feeling, KJ. There you go. Well, Boston had some smart ass comment about me not going to my major city or anything like that by me.
But, no, shut up, Boston.
Oh, yeah, no. But did you ever go to your but did you die? You had a bad day, but did you die?
Did you die?
Right. That would be an equivalent, I'm assuming, Buffalo. Well, where I grew up, it was major city would have been like Syracuse.
Okay.
If that counts as a city. Or on the Canadian side.
Right.
Yeah. But now it'd be Boston, which no, I'm not doing that.
Nobody wants to go to Boston. I was in Boston last week.
Yeah, where were you, Boston Gamer?
Yeah, right. This one also for you, sir, as a fellow upstate New Yorker.
Hey, Daydreaming, you gotta let me know.
Right. Upstate New York was always a trip because we drive through there a lot. Like I'd go to Lake Placid every single year. And it's funny because you go from like, you stuff, and then all of a sudden it would be like nothing, and then
No
like a
stuff.
broken up, no stuff, and then like just a dilapidated, like, does someone live in that wood box of a house? Like, and then it was just gapped out, and then randomly you'd see like a couple people scurry by, and you're like, holy shit, like
be farms and everything. Yeah, it takes the tractor another round, But yeah, also though, by the way, Albany, Syracuse, Rochester, all of that Utica does not qualify as upstate New York. That is central New York, folks. There is very much specific lines, I feel.
Yeah. As right now, we are back. I think this was the clip that Ethan put out of his wrestling gear, his special wrestling gear, which look at it, rocking the Bryan Adams hard. Let's go.
Canadian tuxedo. Brett would be proud.
Using it to further the storyline, whether you like it or not, was the right move, and why I predicted it would go down that way. The only thing I say with wrestling fans that I find very interesting, and we've talked about this a lot on the channel, Nick, is every time they deviate from what the fan base expects or thinks, there's this large chunk of I can't believe what they should have. No, I mean, we can't know. Like, then we get, well, this is predictable and this is boring. As long as it is cool to simplify and make sense at the end of the day, I'm with it. Like, I really like that moment where you're holding Seth back and Damien's giving him dirty looks and Drew's losing his mind. I liked where it went. So I'm okay. Did I expect it? Would I have written it that way? No. But it worked. Like, your end result was good.
That's the thing. Well, we've even talked about it. We've definitely gone over it. Even we've had reactions that kind of halfway go contrary, but we come around to it and everything. Of the whole, you can't be mad at them because they didn't do the storyline you booked in your head. Because even right there, we did it at Clash to where I was diehard ride or die. Drew's winning, Drew's leaving, and even then, Punk comes out, screws him. I was mad in the moment, but still, at the end of the day, it still makes sense. It still works 100% like that. So you can't fully knock it just because it's not what you would have done, not because what you wanted them to do. Yeah, if it's still good. It's still good. Game recognized game.
Right in the gooch. Yeah, right in the gooch. What's up, Sports and Wrestling Connection? And I agree with that, Nick. And I mean, again, they're not free from criticism. They're not perfect. Triple H doesn't get every single thing right. Like, I'm still questioning the Chad Gable transition and why would you have him in this process? Now, we'll see where it goes, but I don't really love how they've done this. To me, it's a bit of clunky booking. Tomorrow night, we're getting Chad versus Jay. That feels like a Wyatt segment, does it not?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with Chase U right now here.
Fuck, who cares?
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Sorry, I'm kidding. We care.
No, well, the Jay and Chad Gable thing, 100% of still feels like that's going to be just like it was last week. That's going to be the situation that involves the Wyatts, to where we had Jay hiding under the ring and everything. Why are half of them wearing purple and the other half wearing red?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the purple. I love you, you love me.
They got some great news. Yeah. So whatever happened there, someone please let us know, because we missed whatever they were saying there.
I'm
sure it was uber importance, but yes.
Right. I'd take Bakura over Bird Lady. Woo.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Twice on Sunday. Hey, would you imagine that at Sunday? So give me two of them.
Right. Stephanie would be a beast on NXT. Absolutely. And they're paying attention.
Oh, 100%. You've got Nick Khan out there at indie shows and everything.
Right. They filmed Edward Scissorhands near my house. I recognize so much. If that's your neighborhood, you got problems. Move, brother.
That, or you got the cleanest shape up and everything like that. You're out there looking like Lexus King. I like this. Judgment You. How do I get Sam Roberts' job? Because it feels like it's pretty easy and it's pretty much what we do. And I mean, we're already kind of got a bald head getting there and got a beard. So we're like just the huskier version of Sam Roberts.
This pre-show should just be us. It should be them beating the world. We were here for 2 hours yesterday and we talked the shit out of the wrestling show. So yeah, that's what the pre-show should be. Not these people. Let's hear from real people. You know, Sam's going to say what he's told. You know, this lady just is happy to have a job. I mean, at the end of the day,
she'll be there in 2 months.
Let us real people do it. Oh, great.
Yeah, there you go. You brought up real people. Now here's Ava. As she's looking good, my guy. You can hate on her all you want. It's been good. It was good to have an NXT, where we weren't having Ava hate the whole time and everything.
I took a week off. Blame it on the rain.
Yeah.
It looks like she's thinned out, except her lower chin. She got her dad's chin.
Moving on, I'll go back to your previous comment there and everything. No, we'll just be like what we've been saying we are, the alternative commentary and everything. So, Hunter, we know y'all in the gang is watching, so 100%. Well, we'll just be, the actual. We'll have. Remember when they had the watch parties? That's how McAfee got started and everything.
Right. Ethan Page passed a sign that says "We the North." Absolutely, absolutely. We are the North, and we come together. And again, that all started because of the Raptors. One of the best marketing campaigns in history. They killed it. They brought the whole country together.
Right. Blaze Trip and Luna Trip Wrestling for Life is my pre-show, present show, and post-show. 4-7 years ago. Sam Roberts sucks as MDB. Big Ray, what up, homie? What up, guys? What up, boys? Looking forward to Heatwave. I have a gut feeling this PLE will steal the weekend. Very much good, sir. Especially the debate kind of left the door open. Your thoughts on the great Marco Stunt making his triumphant return to AEW? Love you guys. Love you too, homie.
Big shout out, Big Ray. And it's funny because the man must be reading my mind, or just great minds think alike. It's one thing that was on my mind today, kind of flipping through stuff. And I know you and I didn't pay attention too much outside of Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But here you got your big heel faction with all the gold and everybody in the faction. You just get Jack Perry back. You give him the belt. You want him to look good. You want him to look like a badass. So let's have him beat the shit out of Marco Stunt. What the fuck are we thinking?
We're having crimes against children being committed live on television, and what we're having, because that man, Marco Stunt, is not an actual adult male. There's no way a man of that stature and that size, if he is not named Microman or Hornswoggle, is out there taking bumps like that. Because the flying fuck? That's your big surprise, your big return, your big debut.
Yeah.
And everything is Jungle Boy versus Marco Stunt.
You want me to take the Elite serious? You gave them titles. You make this decision to run them. That you put all your eggs in the Elite basket, and you want me to give a shit. Not only do I think you made a misstep in the whole Adam Page situation. Don't love it. I think Adam Page should have came back guns blazing, either joining them or against them. Being in the offshoot now, I think there's a weird thing going to happen, and we'll see. But I think Page might go after Win the Owen, which is going to blow everyone's mind. But Marco Stunt coming in, were they looking at like who's bigger? Who will make Jack Perry look big? Get Marco.
That's probably honestly what it was.
Fuck.
I've literally seen people say that's the reason why they did it, is because Jack Perry's already not a big guy and everything. But then you put him with Marco Stunt, who literally looks like a 12-year-old. And then he looks like a giant. He looks like a killer. He looks like a menace. No, you should make this guy against credible fucking threats instead of he's out there beating up fucking, like I said, preteens that are, still skateboarding at the fucking mall and everything.
But the dinosaur was there too. I can hear Ray's voice.
Exactly, but it's 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. Like, you are trying to make this work. You set the man on fucking fire, and then now we're going to have him facing Marco Stunt.
Yeah. No, and that's my thing. It's like, listen, the Marco Stunt, I give the kid credit. I give the guy all the credit in the world. I don't knock anybody's hustle. He's trying to do his shit, but you got to position people properly. And again, I just don't think it helps Jack Perry at all. And I don't take Marco Stunt serious as a contender. I'm not saying you can't have a comedy gimmick once in a while, a Danhausen, some offshoot shit, fine. But again, the dinosaur, Jack Perry, Jurassic Express, let it die.
You're already trying to win in casual viewers back and everything, and win in non-diehard viewers with Jack Perry being this, with bringing in the CM Punk angle, with bringing in the showing the footage and everything. So you're trying to make him seem like a credible threat. Yeah. And then you have him face Marco Stunt. And all of that goodwill you were trying to build with people just Gone.
I can only imagine a Laps fan, like someone like say my pops, right? Like my pops clicking through the channel, and every once in a while he'll land on wrestling and go, oh, like because he was a wrestling fan at once upon a time,
Right.
and just being like, oh, what's going on? And there's a 16-year-old beating up a 12-year-old. Like, fuck, what do we do? What is this shit? Like,
yeah, it's you were trying to get this man over, and then you do something that is going to not be well received. Like, who thought that was going to be a good idea?
Right.
Even if you want to try and justify it as a good idea, guess what? The 99% of everybody else thinks it's a terrible idea.
Right, but it's by the sickos for the sickos. That's what this is by definition right there.
I
can't get Ricky Starks. I can't get Malachi Black. I can't get more Buddy. I can't get more fucking Wardlow. But I got Marco Stunt. I got Hitchichero. I got Naito. I got fucking everybody and their uncle. Like, it's not good, man. It's not good shit.
They had to put fucking Guerrero in a mask, even though he'd lost his fucking mask years ago.
Good to see you, by the way. Trip, good to see you. Welcome. Mr. Wrinkles back in the house. Really wish that avatar would be something else.
Yeah.
Is there any way that Trick walks out the champ tonight? There is a way. There is a way. Is it likely? I don't think so. But he could.
I think at this point it's Ethan Page. Who has better odds, Javon Evans or Trick? Because let's be honest, Sean Spears is just there to take a pin.
Yeah, it was funny. As I got Sean Spears on the screen right now.
Say his name and he appears
from his hotel. Yeah, I don't think Javon wins this in any way, shape, or form. This is just kind of like, you got him in there. You're going to showcase him a little. He's been hot out of the gate, but he'll regress to kind of where he stands at the moment. But I can't imagine him winning. I think this comes down to Trick and Ethan. And I think on Thursday we both picked Ethan. So,
oh yeah, I think this is 100% Ethan's bag. I was more of saying that I almost feel like Trick has almost the same chance as Yvonne at this point. I don't see a strong case to where Trick comes out of here with this. He needs at least some sort of a reset. It's been not bad, but not great by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I mean, again, the matches haven't, could this be a great match and a crazy match and he finds a way to win it and it helps build up something that's had a bit of a clunky start? Possibly. I'm not ruling Trick out as far as you got to beat the champion. I mean, you might not pin him, but you got to get out of here with a pinfall before the champ does. Trick could. You can't rule him out. You can't rule him out. There's a small part of me that wonders if Sean Spears could so shock the world. I don't see it, but
the chairman.
I like him though. That's my problem.
Well, by the way, we're almost 20 minutes to the kickoff of the show here, I believe.
Flying.
And we still have a pre-show match of Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace taking on JC Jane and Jasmine Minks. That's allegedly supposed to still be happening.
They'll get about 8 minutes. We're good, guy.
Oh Lord,
Marco,
you couldn't have even done that in the middle and then have that breakup. Just this constant talking about the show.
Yeah, he's more like a mini goat.
He's more like a fucking gerbil.
I think Christian should try and be Jack Perry's father. I don't. Have we got past that at this point?
That's a whole other fucking can of worms of them going at the patriarchy going after the Bang Bang Gang. It's heel versus heel. That no one who asked for that. And why everybody in AEW right now has the wrong dance partners.
Yeah. Why did Edge breaking his leg bury the House of Black? Like, what happened? Right? What happened? Why did Malachi not go after the TNT title? Why was he at least not in the fucking ladder match? Help me, Rhonda.
All these are facts, my guy. All I can try and say is I'm probably just figuring of, Murphy got married to Rhea and Malachi's probably got his bags packed and ready to go.
Crazy. Spike Marco Stunt joins Christian. I mean, why not?
Let me at him. Let me at him.
He's not that much smaller than Nick Wayne, to be honest.
Oh, he's a lot smaller than him.
Yeah, I know. I thought Stunt was a fun callback, and he was in his hometown, so we got a pop one-time thing. Okay, fair enough. I'll give the one-time thing, but it's again, I want them to have more depth, more foresight. Look forward. What are you doing to make me believe in Jack Perry?
That's a very nice thing. That's a very nice thing. This is a business, not a charity. So I'm going to do what's best for business. I understand it's nice. It's a great thing for Marco Stunt. Cool, all of that. You could see that being a thing if it's a one-off, a retired guy, like they go to Boston and still after he's retired or whatever, John Cena pops up or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Sorry. What I will say in defense, as we've maligned this so heavily, and up next, we got Booker T, Vic Joseph.
Duck it, quack. Yeah.
We're ready to go. The tag match is up next, so we are kicking off the action. Get your predictions in. Brucey bonus points for the pre-show. What I will say is, in the sense of Marco Stunt, hometown pop, Perry gets to bully him and be a dick to the pure baby face. Fine. Fine. But let's not make it a habit.
That's the way you got to get heat on this guy. The guy that's supposed to be.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't pull your back out with this. As Christ almighty, how you doing, Miss Nanks? And then the JC Jane out here just looking like Batman meets Rip Hamilton. She's fucking Batgirl out here.
You're like Black Hawk. Let's go. I said,
yeah, but she's got a mask on a mask. Literally, we joke about hat on a hat. This is just fucking redundant. A mask on a mask.
Yeah, and Jasmine
of NXT has arrived.
Jasmine might be climbing this ladder pretty quick, my guy.
NXT, where it's getting hot and bothered out here. 100%. There's a reason why it's called Heatwave, because I'm coming down with the vapors.
Right, I'll happily hold that ladder as she climbs. Be a gentleman, folks. That's a reminder.
Yes.
Do you think we see Julia? I think highly possible.
I think so. A lot of people are pretty much kind of saying still tied up with Marigold, what have you, but it's gotta be sooner rather than later. Like, we've teased this, like it's this weird. So you signed her not knowing when she was gonna show the fuck up. Like,
no,
what?
I think her injury delayed this shit, dude. They knew they had a plan, and I think
but she's getting back from it. Like, she could still just show the fuck up.
Well, that's where I think we might see her tonight. Like, I think the original plan that was she would be competing at Heatwave, but she did hurt her wrist. So I'm wondering if that changed the plan as hometown girl.
Yeah. We've got Kill Bill and Ariana Grace, who she's got grace. She's got pizzazz.
I love what this girl's doing.
She's so good. And she's been able to use that whole social media thing too, like we've talked about, to get herself over as well. She's got her own Twitch streams and all of that. Like, she's got her dad's character and his talent for getting over in fucking spades.
Yeah, she's NXT's Chelsea Green, and she now
that's actually the perfect way to put it, because Chelsea looked like a goddamn superstar last night, and I think Ariana is very much climbing that ladder, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Now we don't know. Oh, she got We the North on her booty. We don't know a ton about Carmen. We've tried to figure her out. She spent some time hanging out with Natty and being friends with Natty. So she's here. I think there's a lot of talent.
I don't like the katana bullshit. I don't like the fucking gimmick of bringing down a weapon to the ring that you're clearly not going to use. Like, this is not Mortal Kombat. You're not going out there, just start fucking hitting chops with katanas. So why is it there?
Talk is toxic attraction. I like what Jane's doing with, like, the look, the dark hair, the dark makeup, the dark mask.
She looks like Tatum Paxley all grown up. Like, remember when Tatum was in the Diamond Mine and she had the mask and everything with that?
Right. Jane and Nyx for the win. Ariana Grace for the win.
I think a lot of people were picking them. I don't know if we put it in the chat here, but yeah.
What's up, Scott? How you doing? Boston Chambers, AD. Chris Ortiz, I think, might be a new name. If you're not, welcome back. And if you are, welcome. Bash 8. Absolutely. Anthony in the house.
I just realized I'm missing the whole first hour Heatwave. Someone tag me on Twitter if there is TNA involvement in the first hour. We got you, my guy.
We got you. Trust me.
John C is saying Kill Bill. Yeah. And so we know at least this match is going to go under 14, 31, 30. So 100%, folks. The clock is running. We've talked about WWE speed before. This is just WWE mid speed. This is WWE low gear.
As Petrovic going for the pin already. And it's funny because a lot of people, when Ariana didn't, get the title shot at Heatwave, they were like, "Oh, I can't believe they didn't put the Canadian in Canada." And I'm like, people got to leave their heart in a drawer sometimes. But they still got her onto the card.
Could you have done Chelsea versus Roxanne on Heatwave instead of Money in the Bank? Not saying like that Chelsea was bad, but I'm saying that's a guaranteed win. I would say you put the title on Chelsea then.
No, I don't know. They're cooking with Roxy right now. They're not going to mess with that.
Yeah, they have Chelsea do a run and do a whole. She runs NXT for a bit. Her and Ariana as just those two playing off each other, I think would be great. Roxanne moves up, but
move Ariana up and put Chelsea, Ariana, and Tiffy together.
My heart beats still.
All the overload.
I'd be silent the whole time they're on the screen. This is just pure enjoyment.
Right.
Are you okay with Drew McIntyre bringing the sword to the ringside? No. The same thing applies even with Triple H with the fucking sledgehammers and the Bludgeon Brothers, all of that. You're not going to use it, so why do you have it?
Yeah, I don't care for the props. I don't think they're necessary. I know they're trying to sell toys. I don't give a shit. It looks stupid. I mean, Viking Raiders with their shields. If Drew wants to walk out and spike the sword on the stage, fine. But we've seen it too many times, and now he doesn't come out with it. He didn't come out with it last night.
And it's so much better. But Jacob Jameson's Ethan Page passed a sign that says the North, KJ Nick, Josh Alexander, former tag team. He was there backstage at Money in the Bank. Well, it could also be maybe he's going to be there just to be backstage to celebrate when this man wins the NXT North, winning NXT Heavyweight Championship. There we go.
Right now, he passed by a sign that says "We the North," which are scattered throughout the city, just for the record.
Isn't that kind of like your motto?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of came from the Toronto Raptors when they won the championship. It became like "We the North." It was the North versus everybody, right? We were the one Canadian team. Like, fuck y'all.
Now it's just they're not like us. They're not like us.
That's it. But "We the North." It's you can find it everywhere.
Team Grace for the win.
Waiting for Ariana to do I am too. Let's go.
Yeah. Whoa.
I still want
Santino to show up on the opposite Cobras. She makes the Cobras rise and do the thing versus she has the Cobra. Is that intolerable? I don't know.
Is right now JC Jane in control of Carmen. Nice
Steven,
start.
I'm the South.
I'm in the South. I'm the South.
That's a weird thing to say, especially probably as an American. That's not a good thing to say, my guy.
Do you, boo-boo?
Right. The Wrestle Colts. Oh, God. Now we're getting into Colts. What's up, guys? Always glad to watch a stream. Appreciate you.
Well, we too appreciate it greatly.
As setting up the double suplex on the Petrovich here. Nick's right now in control here. I'm still saying right now, she's got the best Pele kick in the game.
Again, bold statement. But
AJ had it, and now he ain't doing it, and he definitely ain't doing it like he did when he was in TNA.
Yeah, and again, the list of people doing it is not long, so you might not be terribly off. Wait, Drew suspended indefinitely, so we might not get Drew versus Punk at SummerSlam. Can be Punk versus Rollins, having Drew cost Punk at SummerSlam. I think Drew's gonna get out of that suspension.
we're starting to reach on either side, I think, the maximum overload of people getting involved and screwing the other one over in matches. I think if anything, Money in the Bank was the proof positive that we've at least reached the threshold with this.
Yeah.
If you do anything like that again, you're going to lose people. So you need the payoff.
Yeah, we're building to SummerSlam. So Drew's going to miss. And guys, this is a creative way. Again, this is how you stretch out storylines. Because if they're both in the building, they got to get at something. So you suspend one for a couple weeks, and the story kind of sautés a little. Stealing something from you, but
that's fine. I still say that we're 100% getting the potential of a situation to where Drew shows up and it's, Claymore and doors in and everything, because that whole threat when he was back, that whole backstage segment where he's elbowing Pierce and everything.
Yeah.
When he's like, I know where your family lives.
Yep.
That's very much a threat. And if I'm going to be Drew and I'm going to keep going this way that they've seemed to be going with this, that's a hell of a way to do it.
Nice tandem offense.
You could, two count. But you could do that if Punk's out there cutting a promo and
the camera comes on.
It cuts over, static, and it's on the giant Tritantron, and it's him just talking to the camera. Hey, Punk, I know I couldn't be there tonight because I'm suspended and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I made sure that I was somewhere so I could still be close to you and everything. And you show him outside of Punk's home and everything like that, or even if it's a fucking prop house, because people are going to be weird on the internet. But you do something like that, you go back, especially Triple H is a guy that did shit like this and everything. That's an angle that AEW's done with Hangman and Swerve, which they did great. I'll give them credit for that. If WWE, this is their angle that you could do something like that.
Well, you even look last time, right? When coming out of the pay-per-view, Punk screws Drew out of the title. Oh, wait. They got him. They got
him. Forward. Ariana helps them get the win as she just pushes Petrovich just a little bit over here.
Jane not happy. Imagine waking up to that in the morning. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
There you go.
Where are they?
19,000 strong last night. I don't know what the ticket sales were for tonight, but yeah. Ariana Grace with the hair pull.
Yeah, it's. I like that if it's just a little tease there, and she's instantly selling this like she just won the greatest thing that has ever happened. She just won a match in her hometown. I don't know
why that's up. No, that's it. Thank you.
Grazie. Why is Axiom so fucking beside himself here?
If you're going to emote so much, take the mask off. I need to know.
Well, so again, though, we're getting the tension between him and Frazier because you had Frazier already that was going for the Heritage Cup. Now Axiom's out here stressing of, I thought I was going to have to defend our titles on my own.
No, definitely.
Maybe this is your way of you get him to finally snap and we get rid of fucking Axiom and we go back to A-Kid.
Just be A-Kid. I don't know
why. I still think it's amazing of that. We call them Not Man and Rob, and I still go back to, we call him Not Man because he's a kid, so he's not a man. I was like, that's the greatest fucking puzzle solve I did.
That's a nice backslide into that one.
Exactly. But now I feel like I need to pick him all the time because he's also our favorite Spaniard.
Right? That's another funny part of this story. Ariana putting in a little work. There you go. This match was pretty good. It was a good match. I thought it was good. Good flow, good back and forth. Nice little, appetizer before the main course. But we are, I think, about 4 minutes away. 6.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 6-0 already. I call shenanigans. No more home invasions. They're overused. How are they overused?
When was the last time we got a good one?
When's the last time we got one, especially on WWE television? We've gotten them on AEW. We haven't gotten them on WWE.
Yeah, the last one I can think of is Swerve, and that was kind of done weird when he threw the T-shirt on the baby. I didn't get that. We're like, wait a minute.
Then you also had how we got the patriarchy of
the Nick
it wasn't a home invasion, it was a gym invasion. So AEW's done it more. WWE hasn't
LA
done
Knight,
it. You know,
LA Knight.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. All right.
I'm okay. That's a little different though. That was a lawn fight. We're good.
That was a pool fight.
But you know what? Like, that SmackDown, CM Punk, they go out of their way to explain. CM Punk got special permission to be on SmackDown because it's in Chicago. Drew McIntyre wasn't really invited or expected to SmackDown. He beat Punk up outside of the arena and then carried him in, dropped him off, and left again. So like it's those little details that make it good.
Oh, absolutely. 100% of this feels personal. Like, even though we know it's still kayfabe to the extent, but 100%, this has you invested. I think one of the added benefits that still gets halfway slept on from last night is CM Punk revitalized his issue with Seth Rollins as well with that. So now he's now dipped his toe in both fires here.
Right. Whoop that trick. CJ Brand in the Wrestling for Life alum kicking around. Ezra, good to see you. Welcome. Rocking that Tiffy pink.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get all the Money in the Bank briefcases now.
Seth did break into Edge's house. Yeah, I just want escalation. And like I said with Punk, if Punk had shown up and just like grabbed, Drew's foot and was like, I got you again, it would have sucked. But the fact that when Punk showed up this time, it was just chairs and violence and anger. Because now Punk doesn't give a shit who he pisses off. He's mono-focused on revenge. And this is where it spirals. And the fact that it impacted other people makes it very intriguing.
At the end of the day, regardless of whether they do the home invasion story, they do something else, whatever, you now at this point can't run back either one of them screwing the other over or anything like that, because now you've reached that threshold of the fans really either could explain it and make it make sense, or were really against it and thought it was overdone and overused. Mm-hmm. So if you go to the well again with that, now you're going to tip that boat the other way, and they're really going to think it's overused. So you've got to now piss or get off the pot. You've got to have a match or something.
Mm-hmm. I hate doing this, but it's where we talk about with what's happening with the Bucks. You don't start the program by putting the owner in a neck brace, and then 4 or 5 weeks later you're having a trios match on a pay-per-view. Like, you got to build. There's got to be an incremental build to the story as we go along here, and that's where you make mistakes. You can't just jump to the 5th chapter and then back to the 2nd chapter, then up. This isn't choose your own adventure. You gotta connect the dots and keep the audience going. That's why there has to continue. Now the escalation is he hit Pierce. Oh shit, he's so enraged he hit Pierce. Now what comes next? And I love your idea.
Right. Well, Nicholas saying, sorry to say, but Trick is extremely overrated in my opinion. I could see if you've only watched recently, I could understand that opinion, honestly.
Trick might be a really good example of he got himself over before he was ready to be over.
Valid.
That's all. I think there's a lot of talent, a lot of potential, good size, good energy. But you remember like early day Booker T when he first kind of got away from Harlem Heat, he wasn't just instantly like, oh, this guy should be a champion. He had some
there was GI Bro and everything like that for a bit too as well. So 100%. Yeah. And I think that it really is the best kind of comparable, because they have kind of the same stature, the same kind of moveset, the same athleticism and everything, the same just natural personality that is even why Booker was the breakout star out of Harlem Heat a bit, is because he had that personality, that charisma and everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, I don't think you give up on a Trick Williams, but this might be, you know what?
He needs a reset. He needs a reset.
Yeah.
We saw resets in another company, but we can talk about that later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hand that belt off, kind of figure out your groove. But again, unfortunately, some of his matches haven't lived up to anything outside of he's a really good interview.
If
really
Trick
good
wins, also though, I feel like you also hurt Ethan Page. We're about to kick off right now with the show starting off as AJH3 saying big surprises tonight. We could see a few. We could see
We don't know
here. As I've got now
forever.
Forever. Applause for like a hiccup.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are syncing up and getting ready to go as I got together.
Together.
So we are rolling. If you got together on your screen, you're in sync with us. We got 70 people. We want to see triple digits in this chat as we bring you NXT Heatwave for the next few hours. Let's go. What is it? Oh, look at this.
To make it look like you sat on your fucking like Roku remote.
Look. Let's go.
That's interesting.
I like it. I like it.
It is. Well, that's just really interesting. That's very unique of them to do that.
Like you said about the Money in the Bank graphics, I feel like there's a different vibe, a different flavor in WWE creative right now. I can't tell you the last time I thought Money in the Bank's graphics were cool as shit. The way they set it up. This is cool. This is different.
It goes back to when everything kind of had like a little feel to it and everything, instead of it was just kind of a different name with generic rock tune or hip hop tune, most times, often The Weeknd, as the theme song. This actually feels like they're trying to have a theme, a vibe, or anything with it.
A uniqueness. Damian, good news. Nathan Frazier made it to the arena.
Yes.
He's a Brit. He was on the wrong side of the road. He's a Brit, right? Is he a Brit? Is he an Australian? There's both on the same side.
Yeah, he is down under, I believe.
We've been fucking up this tag team from day one.
100%.
There you go. There you go.
That's why you know they're superheroes, because you don't know the true backstory.
Right? Lola, Roxanne. I like how they're going through each match. It's their way to kind of give you a little preview of each one. Like you said, it's like you're cruising your Roku or your fucking
your smart TV settings. Yeah, 100%. You've opened up your NXT app.
There you go. Let's hit 100 likes. Let's go.
Let's hit 100 likes and 100 people in the stream, my guy. Absolutely. As we've been flirting with 70, 80s, let's see if we can bump that up to 100s here as we're kicking off with NXT Heatwave.
The Rock told John Cena. I mean, dude, listening to the press conference, it is pretty huge that Cena's going to do a legit run. He's not coming in for a guest spot. He's going to do a run. And he might win.
It's good on him, and it is one of those. It's still crazy to see, and especially it is a little bit of one of those love him or hate him. It's a bit one of those. That's a legend. That's an icon. I've seen the discussion of people talking about where does he slot into your Mount Rushmore, your GOATs of all time, and everything. I think pro wrestling, you always have to go by eras.
Yeah, you really do.
I think you have to do it almost in every sort of level.
Every sport, yeah.
It's one of those, the game changes, the game constantly changes, the game constantly evolves. But he is 100%.
People I know.
No, that's fine. I've seen like maybe one or two.
That girl with the Lola cutout, good on her.
My hips don't lie. It's just really, she did a Shakira one and she just kind of put some Lola Vice gear on it. Hey, ole, ole. That's your feeling.
If you're just tuning in, we will take a prediction on every single match tonight. You can become the prediction champion of the channel. Plus, we will take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. Make sure you hang around. Let everyone know what is up and how you're feeling. Don't be quiet.
We're starting off with Wes Lee and Oba Femi.
Here we go. Here we go. So we'll put that in the chat. Get your predictions in.
Now, this is going to be interesting because, again, this is where still, because we've got the TNA working in deal, do we see any sort of potential crossovers? Do we see the Rascals show up? Do we see a Moose shows up at the end of this or anything?
We can hope. I will pop huge for Moose. I will be pretty pleasantly surprised if the Rascals show up. But the only way that Wes Lee wins this belt is with help.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Oba, I feel, is retaining this. He's just squashing this man like a goddamn bug. Again.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too, but I feel like we've been there, done that. If you just set up another match to do it again, it seems pointless.
It'll still be a good match, but I don't really think I would not put a strong odds on Wes Lee winning here unless it is like you said, of you've got the Rascals out here and they kind of do their Gulliver's Travel and they, take him down like the fucking AT-ATs in Star Wars, so they just tie up Oba's feet and everything until he trips up.
And he's got a good entrance too.
Who has I want to just an entrance off of him versus Jacob. Like a versus, like how they do like the verses of like Akon versus T-Pain or whatever. We'll get, Oba with his fucking Nigerian drum beat out here versus Jacob with the Samoan werewolf theme.
This man with his swag. I'm such a fan of this dude.
Bro, he's M'Baku if he was a fucking wrestler. This man is just a fucking beast.
He's the guy that knows I'm about to come down there and whoop your fucking ass. Like, there is no doubt in his mind.
He's the guy that you're scared of because you talk about fighting him and he starts to smile. And that's when it's like, that's when you done fucked up because this man was wanting to fight and you just gave him a pass to do so.
Yeah. He gives you the old...
you just allowed him to act fucking violent and reckless. So now he's happy. He was having a shit day until you tried to sit there and say, I'll whoop your ass. He said, oh, really?
Oh,
that's
really?
Oba right now.
Yeah. But the little, like, again, he doesn't come down to the ring like your typical big monster guy where he's just very stiff. And just
the way that they show that whole shot, though, of his entrance and everything, it's fucking very kaiju. It's very big fucking monster. It's fucking King Kong of he looks like I'm just here to fuck shit up.
I'm here to destroy.
He's fucking Thanos, my guy.
He's insane. And I thought you were going to bring up Moose's entrance, which is one of my favorite entrances in all of wrestling.
Moose.
Yeah, you got the who versus the Moose.
Yeah. What? Oh, has it possible to do a Mount Rushmore for the modern era of WWE when some of the wrestlers came from the Attitude Era transition to the 2010s? Well, that's when you have to look at how long they were there versus all of that.
And the impact they had within that. And listen, undeniably, whether you're a John Cena fan or not, you can't deny the man's impact. I think there's a chance they give him that 17th title. Fuck you, Ric Flair. If for no other reason than fuck you, Ric Flair.
Fuck you, Ric Flair. Yeah, but no one's going to say there's no one's perfect system to try and grade who's the greatest of all time. But when you've got people that are out there of saying like, he's how I got into wrestling. He's why I'm a wrestling fan. Mm-hmm. He's the reason I have my content creator name because I met him when I was 14 years old and stuff like that. Of those stories, that's kind of GOAT status just on its own. Mm-hmm. Of one of those that has such an impact on anybody and everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, look, one of my faves of all time, one of my personal Mount Rushmore guys is Roddy Piper. But overall, his actual wrestling career, especially mainstream, kind of marred with stop and starts and da-da-da-da. And not a lot of people talked about him. Yeah, one of the greatest heels of all time. But he doesn't get put in that conversation with others. He's just my favorite. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the love of God, please pull it in. I don't need knee pads.
Well, I like this, though, of the Oba or the feminists out there. The Oba feminists and set up for the skin that it was Homo sapiens or whatever.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah, and then there's the feminists out there.
Right. 78% of the chat is taking Oba Femi, no doubt.
In my Pat McAfee voice, this one huge son of a bitch.
Facts. Let's go.
This is when I need to go into my whole Brock Lesnar spiel of this is the alpha male of our species right now. This is one of those guys that when the aliens touch down, we sit there and look at this guy and say, when they say send out your best fighter, we look at this guy and send him out there.
Wes Lee goes for a spin. I want to see
and literally he hops up like it's fucking nothing. Like, that's the thing, is this man, he's got that Jacob Fatu je ne sais quoi of a guy that's really fucking big and really goddamn intimidating that moves like a guy half his size.
Yeah.
He has all the strength and dominance of a guy of his size and his stature, but moves with the athleticism of a guy of a Wes Lee size. That's why these matches work.
Yeah. I'm calling it next week. Oba versus Marco Stunt, just for fun.
Well, it'll be in his hometown, and it'll be a nice pop. Because, you know, that's how you make Oba look really good. Wait, it doesn't work on the other way around? That means it's a bullshit argument. Sorry, I had to.
Right.
Oba just getting smashing this man around right now. The fact that he's this dominant, I feel like there's going to be something. What that something is, I don't know, but
well, yeah,
there's going to be something.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about, Nick. And I know our buddy Ray, who does like a review show of NXT. Maybe he has some more insight, but we've been down this road with Wes Lee. If this is just another murdering, well, then, like, holy shit. There has to be a twist to this.
But does he just destroy him and then Moose comes out? Do we go through this whole point and that's when we get the Rascals pop out? But then again, it's no disqualification. You've got to have a ref bump, which it's got to be a good one, I guess, because if you're going to have 4 people show up here.
Yeah. Now, the other side where people, I think sometimes we forget as fans, Wes Lee could take an absolute lumping and show up on TNA. Be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, that's actually I think we talked about it on Thursday, 100% of if he's out there and he's challenging for the X Division title and everything. It's a lot easier to send one guy instead of 4 guys.
That's job abuse. Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
Oh,
deserves to break Rick's title record. I want Randy Orton to do it. Give Orton 3, give him like a quick one and then a solid one.
Yeah, over who?
I don't care who. Just like it's Randy Orton. He beat them all.
Can we just already say that Randy Orton or that John Cena as Oba's, that's either the best chiropractic work or the most painful shit ever of Oba standing on your back, because you ain't had some back issues unless you've asked like your significant other, just stand on my back right now. 100%. Just try and pop that shit.
Exactly.
But 100% John Cena's last WrestleMania match. I know people have thrown out the idea of like a wall or of anything like that. Of you get the Baron Corbins, but Randy Orton, John Cena, shut the fuck up. That needs to at least be this is the greatest show.
I had a back out of me.
Back out of me.
MTV popped me with this one.
As he literally just tosses his man and then talking shit.
Lady B, good to see.
This is how every child is. Every under like 10-year-old is out there with like their stuffed animals of just throwing them motherfuckers around talking shit. Like, I'm the big dog around this motherfucker.
That's the interesting thing with the idea that if they book Moose and Oba, it's a tough one to call, bro.
But that's the thing, is that's what you haven't had that before with Oba. There has not been a match that Oba's had that's been a tough one to call.
Yeah, even the kind of like
this one ain't a tough one to call.
Yeah, on paper it's not at all. You're right.
And I think if they do him versus Moose, it's fast track this man to move up.
The funny thing is, I think Oba could be a fucking baby face the way his mannerisms work. It gets up. All right.
This man's getting cheers and everything. He's a heel, but he's getting cheers. He's getting pops. He's getting reactions because they recognize game. You recognize how dominant this motherfucker is. That if he sat there and whoever wins tonight as the world champion, if he just said, I want to challenge you.
Yeah.
strap the fuck on and strap the fuck in, because you're in for a hell of a fucking slobber knocker with this man.
Oh, Wes Lee had a moment of offense. Oh, Oba throwing himself over the top.
Yeah, I like that. Wes Lee's offense is just falling.
That's how it's gotta be. 1, 2, 3, kid, man. Duck and dodge and dive,
dip, duck, dodge, and dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an Oba.
Right? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an Oba. I'd rather run across the freeway than run across Oba. I'll just put it that way.
I could get hit by a semi and I could get hit by Oba, and I feel like they'd feel the same.
Right. Oma, yeah, a couple people, I think Boston said it. CJ agreed. No, Damien. Oma's versus Oba. I don't know.
No, that man's a tag team.
Oh, shit.
How you gonna beat them?
Right. We're getting This Is Awesome chance, though, randomly.
Yeah, Oba is awesome. I admit that too.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good fucking execution.
It's a good execution. But the perfect big man, little.
This is David versus Goliath.
Yeah, they're doing it well. This is every Shawn Michaels match I ever watched.
Facts. Well, and even with this, a little bit of you got even this spot now of, we talked about it when Drew was out there draping over CM Punk and everything, a bit of this is your king. This is the guy you believe in. Of now he's got him spread out and he can just chop. This is who you believe in. Chop. Quit. This is your last shot at this. Chop.
Right. Anthony's got a theory that Oba could make history by holding NXT Championship and the North American title at the same time.
Not history, because Keith Lee did it.
Keith Lee did do it.
Did Keith Lee do it? Did he do it?
I think you might be right.
Yes, he did. No, that's literally, people got fired from NXT because somebody fucking took a picture of him when he won and he was holding both titles, and it got leaked, and they're like, we know X amount of people that were here that could have fucking seen that, and so we found out who it got leaked from, and they proceeded to be unemployed.
Kick from Wes Lee. Wasn't that like Sanga? Wasn't it Sanga? Wasn't it Sanga that did that and got fired?
Maybe.
I think it was a wrestler that fucked up and did. I think it was Sanga.
Or it would have been Shaky Shanky.
It might have been Shaky. Wes Lee,
100%. That's why we remember where Keith Lee was and where he is at now, and why it feels like, oh.
Well, you could still do it.
Right.
Literally looks at dad teaching.
Oh, little kind of fucking turnaround DDT there. Wes Lee, two go.
I'm gladly the leader of Oba's Fembots.
Yeah. Do I make you horny? Do I make you Randy? That's all you think of when I hear Fembots. Right. Austin Powers.
Yeah, I don't want to know what Boston's moves spit out. So we'll just move on from that.
Yeah, moving on.
Randy deserves it more than John. I'm with you, Chair. Hashtag Randy for record.
John's the guy that I think that it's always going to be squeaky clean. You can't find a hindrance, a flaw. Randy got dishonorably discharged, so that's instantly you're gonna have. So I know America. And I know that somebody's gonna just instantly use that shit just because.
Nobody cares. Everyone loves Randy.
Oh, versus Cena. Cena's the fucking Barney the dinosaur. He's the fucking ultimate babyface. He's the closest equivalent to Hulk Hogan.
No. Sorry, Nick. I got distracted. Oh, wait.
Hurricane Rana rolls through 1, 2. No.
We got a 2. Aloha, Oba. More, I think that Oba toying with Wes Lee more. I think Wes Lee could win this. That's the fun part of an underdog story. It'd be very interesting if he did.
Well, it's still impressive as hell, and it's still great to see Wes Lee back here after when literally the man just pretty much admitted my legs destroyed.
Yeah. Actually, Boston, that's literal as hell, actually. Literally and figuratively, the biggest jobber in the world.
Giant Gonzalez?
Who?
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah, fair enough. The time to bring out lemonade, tea, and whatever beverage.
oh,
Heatwave and brewing. Oh, keep hydrated, folks.
that
Keep
jawline still going back up against the wall here, and it's out of here as we get a 2 count. But yeah, 100%. Oba just sent Wes Lee's fucking jawline into the nosebleeds, into the upper deck, on top of that goddamn Space Needle out there.
Mm-hmm. Forgot about Keith Lee. There you go. Yeah. Everybody forgot about Keith Lee.
Don't you forget about Keith. Don't you.
Right. I mean, dude, to the point where who is it now that's limitless? Someone else is using limitless. Poor Keith Lee.
Well, I don't know. Well, there's the whole, we haven't fully talked about it, but right now I've got Oba going up to the mid rope with Wes Lee on his shoulders here. Oh, elbows fighting back. Wes Lee's fighting back. What's gonna happen?
No.
Oh, let this big ass man do a Styles Clash. Oh,
didn't connect.
That was supposed to be a big ass powerbomb, but it didn't get any bit of that. As Oba's, you've been hit by, you've been struck by.
They sold it as a
Melee kick.
It.
Two go. Wow, like that was good. I'll give it because that's the thing is you've got to have those moments to where it feels like the giant gets fucking struck and everything. Oh, I'm wobbly.
Yeah, speed and agility versus strength and power, right? So he's trying to do all his flippy doos and survives the power bomb, transitions into a follow-up, and this is his opportunity.
Wes Lee up top. Frog splash. As he Oba no-souls it and just walks right into going for a choke slam. And just
in the gut.
That looks awkward or planned, but yeah, interesting. But yeah, just instantly goes out of nowhere. Oh, he was supposed to catch him on that fucking shoulder breaker. He was supposed to catch him on that kind of little moonsault off the apron on the outside.
The beginning of the end for Wes.
This is the end.
This has gone too far. In what way, Chair? I think this match is well.
We have 5 matches, not including the pre-show, so we're going to have matches that are going to go for a minute and everything.
Yeah, I don't blame you, AD. Yeah, no, I think this has been perfect.
Right? Catches
too often we see the big guys really selling for the small guys. Oh, that was a little.
Oh, he missed the shit out of that kick.
Didn't go well. But he didn't sell it.
Yeah, but we're getting on a trend of like WWE botchy spots.
Oh, really?
Oh, 2 pay-per-views and now we're in here.
That was barely. Dude, that was like
right, but still, Oba just tossed this man like a sack of potatoes. That's the goddamn border toss from fucking Hernandez from TNA. If this man just literally, I'm going to yeet you as far away from me as I possibly can. 3.
It's over.
Oba wins clean.
Wes put up a fight, but what can you do? Over.
There's got to be, I feel, something, because where do you go past this?
Oba just keeps killing people. I love it.
Literally, I've said it before, and I still stand by this statement of this man's going to have to hand them the belt back when he leaves to go up to the main roster. Because
the idea of him, like, or just moving on to the next belt and collecting them all.
Facts. Again, if he went and he eyeballed whoever won tonight for the NXT title, it's going to happen. And you believe that Oba could win it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oba could show up tomorrow and do the ruthless aggression spot that John Cena did all those years ago, and it would work.
It'd be ruthless aggression.
Yeah. Smack. Except if he smacks. Then again, John Cena's a huge dude too, so it was a big smack.
Yeah.
Omos is next. Boston trying to manifest that shit. Could be.
They're going to be a tag team before they're ever going to be competitive. They'll be the Nigerian Nightmares. Interesting, though. So we've just got Oba walking out. I'm surprised if we get nothing, because this is one of those moments where I felt like we were going to, if we were going to get something, this is when we would get it.
Yeah. Fair enough. But there you go. There you go.
But so again, though, well, I want to know how you felt, because you before were initially against the whole idea of if it's just another Wes Lee shellacking and now he can't compete for the title anymore. Where do we go here now? And that's really kind of what it was a Wes Lee shellacking, and now he can't compete for the title anymore.
Yeah, a really strong match. It does put Wes Lee down. I mean, again, it's interesting that they needed to run it back. I didn't feel like they needed to run it back because Oba's been so dominant. Interesting choice that way, but I give him all the marks. I thought that was a really, really good match.
Is this where he goes to stay at TNA, like we talked about? So now he goes and he competes for like the X division of it's a lot easier to book, one extra guy than it is to book 4 extra guys.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Rascals are tied up in something. If Wes Lee shows up to help them, I mean, it's much easier. It's one going one way, like you said. Lola.
Right. Her name was Lola at the Copa.
Yeah, giving some heart foundations right now.
I'll take mini Rhea Ripley here with Roxanne.
I love Roxy. This one's
bro, you cannot tell me that ain't mini Rhea.
Right.
That's the same swagger. That's the same things. As up next, we're getting Kalani versus Soul Ruka.
Kalani versus Soul, folks. Who you taking? Who you got in the next match coming up? What is your prediction? Soul Ruka, the beach girl, or Kalani Jordan, the girl, the gymnastics girl?
I'm gonna soak up the sun. Gonna tell everyone that Kalani's winning this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Soul just because, but it would be. It feels too brief.
Well, we just sat there and saw them where they were having a whole video tour where they were hanging out together and everything.
They're too nice. That makes me nervous. Makes me feel like something's up.
I think they're all just too nice. You're all seeing them hanging out and TikToks and everything like that. Like, I mean, on one hand, it is cool to always see like the locker room hanging out, but at the same time, like, it's a little bit like, remember when it used to be an issue if a babyface and a heel will get caught riding from one town to the other together and everything, because you guys are supposed to hate each other. So it's a little bit of one of those of, you can still be cool, but like, y'all about to fight each other. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be hanging out with somebody I'm about to try and be punching in the face.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying, but this is legitimately a babyface match. Both of them are babyface. They're walking into this like baby faces. Like, I like you, but I will fight you. We're friends. But we'll be friends
that
after.
Is an issue.
And now I'm just wondering if that will change. What's that?
I was just saying, but that to me is an issue.
I don't think so. You can have a babyface match. You can have a heel match, as long as it's not the norm or the regular, which, I mean, some people venture into too often. But yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with doing a babyface matchup once in a while.
Fair enough.
Get a split crowd chant.
Well, and so you're going Soul, I'm going Kalani. Either one could theoretically win here. They've really gotten behind kind of both. Like I said, Kalani they got behind her and then she got injured during the breakout tournament. Mm-hmm. Soul has been recently the one that they've really kind of gotten behind and everything. So
Soul was the same thing though. They really liked her and then she got hurt and was on the shelf. So we're like, shit.
Well, that's a whole other shit. If we're going to talk about people that get hurt just randomly, of like Nikita Lyons, she's been out here just for a hot minute. She's out here pulling the Jamie Hayter of NXT, of just always hurt.
Right. Kalani looks like Cardi B. Not really. What's missing in her gimmick? Oh, Kalani heel turn. Yeah, I wonder if there is, like, they are being so abundantly friendly. Is there a potential of something happening here that makes one of them less friendly? Or somebody suggested Wendy Chu is up next for Kalani.
I don't like Wendy Chu either, and I still I really don't. And well, and people now she's paired up with Tatum Paxley, and people are like, the tandem we never knew we wanted. We didn't know we wanted it because we don't want it and we don't need it. Mm-hmm. It's just you're putting spooky on spooky just because you got nowhere else for spooky. It's like with Kalani Jordan, like she's the ultra baby face. She's Carmelo when he was before he was I'm him, all of that. And I don't think that there's been a moment right now that she could really hang a hat on to turn heel or anything.
Right.
It would just feel awkward.
Yeah.
And Soul would have a better chance than me of turning heel than Kalani.
Fair enough. Both are kind of boring character-wise. I think they're very new to us, though. We don't really know anything about them. So, yeah, very kind of generic. Other than Soul,
we know more about Soul than we do Kalani.
A little bit, personality-wise. Like, Kalani is a good gymnast. We got that. Okay, and Soul at least is the cool vibe, the hip vibe, the beach vibe. She's got a vibe. Maybe not a gimmick, but a vibe.
Right. Well, I'm going to go totally tubular here for a quick second.
You going to vibe too, are you? I want Riff Raff for Sexy Red. Let's go. I think we've had enough of Sexy Red. I want Soul, but I think Lonnie will win. Yeah, I think Kalani should be the heavy favorite. We are looking at right now 68% of the chat is taking Kalani Jordan. And again, maybe this is just a chance to highlight two of the younger talent, mid-card talent on NXT. How do you guys feel about the idea that they're really, really amping up the rumors of mid-card titles for the main roster? Why does it always feel that they need to twerk after a win? It looks so stupid. That's your thing, man. Don't knock the twerk. It's not quite, it's a hip, it's more of a hip move than a twerk. Yeah, don't tell her to stop. Don't tell her to stop. I don't want to hear that shit. God bless America. Nikita Lyons. There you go, Chambers. So Ruka looks like a chick who lives in her car. She's in one of those, like an old VW van. As Kalani coming into the ring, setting up this North American title match. I hope the women show up and show out. Get in the chat. Let me know, who are you taking? Who is your prediction to win this one? Soul for the win. Soul for the win. And I will win the prediction. So go, Clay, go. I'm rooting for you, Clay. I've got Soul in this one. There you go. A lot of people calling out Triple H for that booking. Paul, maybe a little bit of context. I don't know what I'm missing. But yeah, let me know. Ding, ding, ding. I will close these predictions up, folks. So get your last call and your chance to get another point in the prediction title race. She can stay in my car. I like it. KJ wins. Always. I want to see Lola twerk rather than Daniel Garcia hump air. Yeah. You are absolutely correct. Nikita Lyons is special. Oh, Ruka running on her hands, then turning into head scissors. Kalani flipping out. Oh, there you go. There you go. Anything you can do, I can do better. Nice start to the match. Let's go. Lola needs to understand that twerking is dead. She is Latina, and they just come out of the womb shaking their hips. So leave Lola alone. But yes, I'm not reading the second half. Tricky question. If they can stay healthy, who has more potential between Cora and Nikita? I have not been the biggest fan of Cora, so I struggle with Cora. I thought she had a bit of a ceiling. I know a lot of people like her. When she returns from injury, wow. Another stalemate. And Ruka flipped out, and she's so tall, she caught her feet on the top rope, but managed to pull it out. I think Nikita, if healthy, checks off so many boxes. size, speed, aggression, look, feel, vibe. I think they're neck and neck. They both have a lot of potential. I lean a little towards Nikita. I haven't been the biggest fan of Cora. And to be honest, maybe that's because I've got more Cora than I've had of Nikita. Another nice splash. What a start to this match, folks. This is like female Ospreay versus Ricochet. I'm just kidding. But kind of. You see where I'm going. A lot of YouTubers are calling Triple H's booking of a lot of things. I heard a lot of YouTubers that were praising him. Again, would be specific, Paul. A lot of things, yeah, okay. But what, who, what, when, where, why? I agree. What the hell is wrong with you guys bitching about Lola? Yeah, what the fuck? I wish she would stop shaking her hips. Get out of here. Can Connie pull off a heel turn? I don't know. She seems she's Miss America. She was like the runner-up to Gymnast of the Year and shit. Like, she's squeaky clean Olympian. Could she pull it off? I don't know. She just seems so innocent. Then again, Soul doesn't look like she gets overly angry. Oh, as we go on a surfboard! Soul, get your shoulders off the mat, sweetie. Chris Jericho versus Joe this Wednesday in a street fight. This match makes me so sad. Damien, this match makes me so sad. I love Samoa Joe. How they talked him into this shit, I will never know. And I really don't give a fuck about Jericho in a street fight. It makes me so sad that this is happening. Big chop by Soul. I noticed since I've been watching NXT, mostly the women feel cookie cutter, with the exception of one or two, but I feel that's what they get when they have PC opposed to building yourself in the indies. Yes and no. To an extent, like we got like the Brindley Reese and Thea Hale and fucking Light Bright and Carly, and there's a collection of them. But I would argue like Soul is nothing like Kalani. Paxley, I mean, more of an indie girl, so I'll give you that. But I think they've done it well. I mean, even with the men, like you got Oba coming in. There are pros and cons to it, but yes, you're starting from the ground up. Maybe you lose a little bit of that individualistic vibe that you find on the indies. That's not a bad point, JV. But I do think there's been enough variation. I'm a little nervous about moving forward. We got a lot of cookie cutter blondes. Soul heel turn after the interesting. Could Soul work? How do you do like the surfer girl vibe heel? I don't know. Match is awesome. I'm with you, AJ. As Soul rolling out onto the apron after taking down Kalani, throwing the kick. Kalani falls back in. Yeah, just burn it the fuck down. And anything attached to it. Just burn it all. Act like it never happened. Soul with a 450 springboard clothesline. Gets a two. The 360, 450. Did she get the other replay? 1.5. Yeah, 450. I think, right? There you go. I think Soul is going to turn heel. Interesting. Again, possible, but I just don't know how. Did she go a different way? Soul out there now, as her Ruka part of her name means pretty girl. Pretty girl, pretty girl. My girl, basically a phrase in Spanish, particularly. Look at this. Chris Arcane dropping some facts with fitting, because I think Soul's character is a Cali surfer. 100%. It all ties together, Chris, for sure. Kalani up on the shoulders. Poison Rana. Holy shit. And Kalani and Ruka are cooking. Have an elephant knock down the learning tree. Fuck. I would pay for the learning tree to be shoved into a wood chipper. I would start a GoFundMe to get the learning tree shoved into a wood chipper. So Ruka going to be wiped out. We'll see, Chambers. We'll see. It's Kalani taking over. We have seen Zelina Vega, Rey Mysterio versus Liv Morgan, and Dominic officially tomorrow night. Yes, mixed tag tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see. They continue this tease. When does Rhea come back? How soon does she return with something to say? How close do Dom and Liv get? Is Finn pulling the strings? We'll find out tomorrow. We will be here live for that, folks. Sweet Point Break server. Let's go. She starts coming out with a Reagan mask. There you go. Big kick on Kalani. Down she goes. Ruka still on the apron, and shit is happening so fast in this match. It's like Mortal Kombat. Moonsault off the corner. Down to the floor. Damn. Holy shit. Give Soul the Eddie Guerrero treatment where cheat and bears cheat and doesn't sell it. Interesting. Whew. Poison Rana, 100%. Carmelo Hayes is a lucky guy with Kalani. Fact. This pay-per-view ain't half bad so far. We're only 2 matches in. The first match I thought was great. And this match has been better. Yeah, right. Let's start the GoFundMe now. I will pay for Jericho to go away. The 100%. This channel has definitely influenced its viewers to tune into WWE and overall wrestling. We want you to watch all the wrestling. That's why we watch all the wrestling. We want everybody to understand that we watch so much wrestling, we have no choice but to have an opinion on it. Braun Strowman, Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. How many times do we have to wrestle each other? Yeah, I could get away from that. Yep. Yep. Jesus, they're still clicking. Powerbomb! Almost lost it, saved it. What a move. What a match. I feel Oba should have destroyed Wes Lee in like 8 seconds to make a statement. He's made so many statements, though, Chris. I don't mind. Like, Wes Lee had very minimal opportunities. Couple little outbursts, a little speedy kicks and shit, and right back to being beat up. So, I mean, you know, you got to make it a match. If you were going to book a second time around, you had to make it interesting. But it wasn't much longer than 8 minutes, to be real. Down goes Soul, Kalani on the second rope. And the reason I like that for Soul, because she has to try and come up with a unique way. Oh, fair enough. Knees up as Kalani gets caught coming off the top. Selling the shit out of it. Soul trying to get to her feet. Kalani trying to get to her feet. What a match, folks. Jade to NXT confirmed. I don't think so, bud. Does Roxy go to Raw or SmackDown when she gets called up? SmackDown. SmackDown? SmackDown. I'm going to go SmackDown. Maybe Raw. It's hard to say. I'm leaning SmackDown. So give me Lords of... Yeah, exactly. That's what you're supposed to get. That Cali vibe. Who's next for Oba? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Damien. As Kalani's up on the shoulders. Electric chair position. Going for another Poison Rana. Not this time. Soul turns it into an Alabama slam. Slips up a little, but picks her back up. What is happening here? Would have been cool if Oba walking out of the ring and all you hear is, yeah, no, I agree. We got a Poison Rana from the second rope. What a transition that was. From what I can see, she shaves all of it, Boston. Be nice. But I get you. The tree hugger. And it's over. Kalani with a big win. What a match. What a match. Lights out. No. Just a glitch. Son of a bitch. Crowd really feeling it now. Yeah, no, the crowd was very much into that match. This is awesome chance. I thought they went out. I thought they did what they could do. And I was very impressed. And again, a really good. You're trying to establish this mid card, and for Kalani, who we don't know much about yet, it was a really good chance for her just to go, look, I'm a really good wrestler. It's just a chance to show off the skill. Now do we get the turn? Oh, little bit of love, little bit of love. Yeah. Speaking of a little bit of love.
Love is all you need. But yeah, a little bit of a nip slip instead of a lights out, my guy.
Is that what they were blanking?
I would assume.
I don't know, man. Every time they got me twitching here, like I got fucking. I got another.
All of a sudden, Nikki Cross is just going to come out and we've got a videotape.
Lights out. Book. Right. Kalani could not keep up with Soul. I think Kalani did a great job going toe to toe with her, Taylor. Maybe just me, but I thought those women showed up and showed out. For two,
it was rookies, a good match, and it's one of those that, like you were even saying, there's a need and there's a fit right now for them to have a mid-card belt because they do have depth throughout the division, but they also have a clear line and divide of who's challenging for a world title and who isn't. So them having that kind of line in the sand of here's a mid-card belt that everyone can go after, but also there's still the main card titles, I think works. And that's a nice little guinea pig for when they do it on the main roster.
And this is what you do with your mid-card titles. That's what you make it similar to the other mid-card titles we know of, where it's just hard work and it's work rate. And you have matches like this. And then your marquee, your main eventers got the main title. And that's how it should be done. I thought those women, again, being that we know relatively little about both, I thought it was outstanding.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm just halfway popping off. Welcome back, Mr. Carter.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. As KJ's taking a pause for the causes, I'm not here singing, Mace songs and everything. Well, Mr. Wrinkles, welcome back. I still respectfully, I appreciate the comments, but can you just get a different profile picture? It's a little bit nightmare fuel. A wee bit. Soul kick Kalani like MJF kicked Daniel Garcia. Well, that's a whole other thing that we can talk about of the MJF heel turn. That to me, it was done out of necessity versus any sort of storyline angle. That was just, we need you to be this now. So fucking Undisputed Kingdom be damned. This storyline be damned. This is how we make you versus Ospreay relevant. We need a big heel. We need somebody who's out here going to be talking trash. All of that. 100%. It's a story out of necessity. It's a way to move him to being a heel out of necessity, because it was even still a bit of a stretch of and you guys cheered for thank you, Joe. Like, it was still a bit of a stretch of giving your justification as to why he turned, but you needed it more than anything. So I'll allow it, I guess. So what do you want to talk about? Absolutely. As right now we're in a commercial break, as we're just about through the first hour of NXT Heatwave here, folks. So Ruka will get a chance to win that belt eventually. Yes, 100% of Kalani just won it. She just won in that battleground. So for her to then turn around and lose it, to me, seems like that would have been just too fast, a little bit too shotgun booking of, if you were going to have Soul, and especially with its Soul of somebody who was in that match, if you were going to have her win it off of Kalani in like 2 weeks' time, why did you just have her win it to begin with? If Soul could perfect the super kick, she would up a level. fair enough. Well, Christ, if Nikita Lyons could stay healthy, etc., there's a lot of what ifs when it comes to NXT, but that's why it's, still developmental. It walks that tightrope of third brand and developmental. You never seen that movie documentary, Nick? That clown is awesome. What clown are we talking about? Moving on. Wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, I assume that would be probably why they just randomly cut to black. I don't think of any kid really flipping the bird at that result or anything, but still interesting. It's still always a bad decision whenever Fox will just cut through literally everything's black. There's no even audio. There's no nothing. And literally it makes you think your stream fucked up when it's really them just censoring shit. Yeah. And they always pick the worst times. Like, there's clearly going to be reactions for this shit because of its being, a good storyline. Is we're getting the Metro Boomin Cody Rhodes little teaser here for them having bad blood at Atlanta's the State Farm Arena here coming October. So A, how we feeling that they actually involve Metro Boomin, and B, that we're getting bad blood back. We're running back some of these older kind of pay-per-views. I still think this is where we end up with a Hell in a Cell match. And it works because you don't have to have a show that's called Hell in a Cell. So you have to have, a specific, feud or a specific angle go into that, stipulation. Yeah, the only real bad blood that I remember is the one that's where Kane debuted, to where you had Taker versus HBK in the Hell in a Cell. That's why I keep thinking that they're going to do the Hell in a Cell, because that's where Kane debuted. So be interesting. Who shows up first, Ricky Starks or Hook? Ricky Starks. I believe Hook's still pretty well under contract here. So Joseph, Big Nick, who are they going to feed to Oba next? I don't know. That's very interesting to me, because it literally feels at this point it's, you're just feeding the T-Rex out here. You're feeding the Tyrannosaurus we thought maybe they could have had somebody like a Moose come out there. Actually, it feels like a super competitive, holy shit, who could win? Where are we going to go with here? Anything, but I feel like at this point, anybody that he throws out there, even Christ, you could throw a Joe Coffey. I've got on the screen right now. You throw Joe Coffey at Oba Femi. I'm still picking Oba Femi. Bad Blood in Atlanta, Georgia, October 5th. Get your tickets. Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. As we're running through the replay of earlier tonight, to where Ariana helped turn the tides, literally and figuratively, for her team to win here. Acknowledge me podcast. Why? Okay, fair enough. Wrinkles. Who shows up? Yeah, we got that one. As we've still got Ava backstage now with Ariana and Carmen Petrovich here. And I still think Ava's looking fine. I'm a little bit out here of almost Dwayne. I will take your daughter out for a nice seafood dinner and maybe I'll call her again. But she actually looks pretty professional here. Now we're hearing these two women have it out. So is this going to be to where we end up with them having a match, having a feud? As Ariana saying, Petrovich is holding her down. Okay, so we've set up a match for Tuesday. I like that, to pit two tag team partners against each other, seconding, as Ariana is very much pitching for this match. So next Tuesday, we've already got set up of Carmen Petrovich versus Ariana Graces. We've got Lola Vice backstage right now as she's out here sparring towards the mirror. And again, she's maybe just hoping that she can draw a tear that, someone's chopping an onion nearby, that she might be able to shed something here. Ethan Page backstage. And The Rock told Kalani to do that. I'm definitely going to be a bad blood. We'll shout out Damon as we've got Chase U coming out right now. So we're about to have Chase U versus Nutman Robin, Axiom, and Frazier here for the NXT Tag Team title. So, folks, let us know who you're taking for this match. Vance, what up? Ariana. Gallus versus Tyson Tyreek. They're building to a match. Fair enough. It feels interesting that Gallus was out there going at tag titles, going at world titles, and now they're going at up and comers and rooks. So, little interesting with that. Holy cow! I just saw a bull shark go after a hippo on National Geographic Channel. Fair enough.
What?
Ronan. I just read the comments, sir. I just read the comments.
What? Oh, Ronan.
He's watching the Nat Geo, my guy.
As we got Chase U in the ring, folks, we are rolling along. Remember, take this link, share it everywhere you talk wrestling, everywhere you know they talk about it. Let people know about the Wrestling for Life Network as we continue to bring you more live watch-alongs than anybody else out there.
100%. We're kicking around with 83 people. Let's see if we can at least reach to triple digits here as we got the tag team match kicking off, my guys. So who you got? You got Chase U or no, not man. Oh. It looks so weird because they're like just talking and they're still doing it in like that weird slow-mo bullshit.
I'm gonna go Chase U. Yeah.
Disappointing. I'll still stay with, fucking the Avengers here, Nutman and Robin, Frazier and Axiom. It's still interesting. I think that there's going to be a point to where they have a turn. I don't know if it's going to be during this match. And also, I still don't even fully know what to make of Chase U. Chase U's just...
I have no idea.
They're having an identity crisis pretty hard.
Now, Damien hoping that we get some MCMG tonight.
Could happen. And would you rather see Axiom and Frazier versus Motor City Machine Guns or Chase U versus Motor City Machine Guns?
Realistically, on paper, I think Axiom and Nathan Frazier are that stylistically a better fit. So
right,
you might have a point.
Axiom and Frazier for the win. Boston, I hope they lose the titles. Powerhouse Hobbs needs to come to WWE. He needs to get healthy first.
That's true.
Damn it, Thea Hale is cute. I got Chase U. We are underway, folks. Axiom and Andre Chase going at it right now.
Ooh. All right, folks. Let's see who you're taking. Let's go. Predictions are closing up.
I'll go with Chase U for the win. Axiom Frazier. A little bit of a split.
A little bit. I think the static between Axiom and Frazier really creates that doubt that they're not getting along, Nick. But either is Chase U.
Yeah, well, Chase U hasn't been getting along for quite a while here a bit. So it's interesting, and it's still, is there more to tell with the split between Axiom and Frazier than there is with Chase U? Chase U's just, they're so middle of the road. They don't know like how to end it, so they just keep it going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, again, they kind of went through the whole thing with they were bankrupt. They sold some calendars. They're good. JC moved on. Thea got dropped out of the women's division again. I don't know. I mean, at what point do we just say, all right, everyone's graduated, let's move on?
Well, I think it's also, though, because Andre Chase does not have, what are you doing on NXT if you're not in Chase U?
Fair.
Luke Hudson, maybe you can make it work. Ridge was kind of floundering before then. Yeah. Thea Hale, you're Brindley Reese, you're just again Spastic Squirrel. It's almost to a point to where these people have been so ingratiated with the gimmick that how do you pull it away without ending them?
Big drop kick. Andre Chase giving some teachable moments into an arm drag. Another one.
There we go.
Utilized arm drag.
I still don't get why half of them are wearing purple. Someone explain this to me.
Yeah, I don't get the purple. I don't.
Just lilac is common, lavender. I don't know.
I don't know.
What doing?
Oh. Good pace to start this one off. Are they trying to go with like Raptor vibes, like the red and purple, the old school? I don't know. What the fuck?
Where's Vince Carter?
Right.
You could have gotten a Vince, a Tracy McGrady, nothing, and Elijah Wan.
It's been a long time since those men stepped into Toronto. Big toss, Frazier down. And it's funny because I thought Duke could be more like a Bad News Barrett type.
Well, that's because he literally looks like if you were to do right now a movie of WWE, if you're going to cast who's going to play Wade Barrett, it's Duke Hudson.
Right. Maybe it's National Purple Day. Maybe.
Fair enough. Well, and it's interesting, even though that Barrett got involved towards all of this, or towards Drew and everything. So could he still maybe have a one-off or anything like that?
I don't know. It's very intriguing because you did have this relationship between Drew and, you know, Bad News was super vocal about not liking Punk and wanting Punk fired. I like it.
Right.
Not Man and Robin have there you go on.
Oh, DDT 1, 2, 3.
2, 2, 2.
And now, I mean, on one hand, is it not interesting that you can almost tell when you know the guy's going to kick out because his partner isn't even trying to get into the ring to break up the count?
Yeah. 59% are taking not Man and Robin.
Smart minds.
Right. Just Joe. Yeah, we'll never forget that. That's one of the best NBA moments ever. Never mind Toronto sports moments ever. Like that was something to never forget. But what a shot.
Yeah, that's just the bounce, you know, that had the grace of God going on.
Just him with it, like he got down in the crouch right in front of the bench, his own bench. So the boys got up. You could see the reaction of everybody. And, you know, being a Toronto fan, you're so used to it not going in. It went in.
That was just the clang. Oh, holy shit.
2, 2, 2.
1, 2, 2 go.
Maybe they're a fan of Purple Teletubby. Oh, okay, now the theories are just getting out.
They're huge Tinky Winky marks.
Good match, though. And again, 3 matches in. And I would argue that the first 2 were solid matches. This one off to a very nice, solid start. Good pace. Good tandem offense. Good back and forth. Entertaining.
Slow it down. Slow way down.
Slow it down?
That's what this has been. This has been a bit of, slow it down. Slow it way down.
But they haven't stopped moving. What's slow about it?
There's no one even really going for much of a pin. Nothing feels super impactful. They're literally just bouncing from spot to spot to spot and everything. I feel my guy.
Okay. I mean, the crowd's loud, and I feel like we got a tag. Yeah, I feel like there's been a couple near falls, big moves. I don't know, man. I'm feeling it. Kicks him off.
This is the match I would say so far that's going to get the most time.
It might. Interesting.
Well, tag matches, like I said, it might be still going at, pace, but to me, it's one of those I think, especially fireworks. We're only an hour into the show and everything, this is going to be one of those I think is going to kind of soak up some time here.
Yeah, and I think each match is going to kind of have a build to it. Boston saying this match sucks. I would completely disagree. Kawhi lived like 45 minutes away from me. Nice.
There you
go. Give Alexa Bliss 20 energy drinks and you get the hail. Knox, wrong again. Knox.
Knox. Fair enough. I'm always wrong, I guess. Even when you get my name wrong, I'm still wrong.
Right. Except Alexa is a goddess and Thea's a squirrel. There you go.
Boss down here. I know
Big
that God is a woman.
This Duke is firing up. Oh, there you go.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
The double elbow. Both men down. The crowd goes wild.
It's so interesting that even stuff like that with wrestling, if it's still such like an 80s thing of like, if I just do this, it's that much more impactful. It's the fucking Popeyes yada and everything. But you go with it. It's part of the show. It's part of the mystique.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, what was that?
Man hit a Samoan drop and a fucking damn near like a code breaker or something at the same time.
Let's go. Gut buster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Tell me that what's his name out there on the outside there with Chase U isn't just Caucasian Sammy Guevara.
Caucasian Sammy Guevara. Hilarious.
Same haircut, same fucking tattoo, same moveset, same look, same personality. I feel. Oh, big elbow from Duke onto Frazier.
Duke with the cutoff.
Oh,
holy
and then
shit.
Just hops in through into a fucking suplex. Yeah. Huge. Duke's been that guy. He's just been kind of stuck with Chase U.
Gone with the razor's edge. Usually I agree with you, Boston. It just into the Hurricane Raw, into the turnbuckle. Nice reversal. Tag
pulls it through. Now, granted, this match has legal man syndrome of I don't know who's legal.
Well, you just said Duke was the only man in, and then he made a tag, so you should know who the other guy on that side.
That was 10 minutes ago, my guy.
They just happened 10 seconds ago.
No, they just happened to get into the ring. They didn't make tags.
He crawled and made a tag 10 seconds ago.
You're
crazy.
I know who might be legal for Axiom and Frazier, but I don't know who's legal for fucking Duke and the gang.
Duke was cooking. NXT chance. I love it. Yeah, normally I agree with you, Boston, but I gotta give this match credit. I think this match is cooking.
Oh, 6:30. Two count.
What's Scott say? Did I miss what did Scott? Oh, that's funny as shit. Do you like anything on NXT or do you just pure hater?
Haterade.
Right. I've been a huge critic of NXT, so I'm happy that I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, you took a pause on NXT.
I quit NXT. It's the only show I've ever been like, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
You went Drew McIntyre. You just straight, I quit. You were like, fuck this brand.
All these fucking colors. What is happening?
Right. Random skin the cat unnecessarily.
The Trish Stratus.
Why would you fucking...
Yes!
Sure, you did that. Why does that make sense as an offensive maneuver?
Why not?
That's fucking end of days. End of days, by the way. Or a deep six, actually.
In honor of Trish Stratus in Toronto.
So when I think of Duke, I gotta go, you're not enough for me. No.
Oh, shit. We got This Is Awesome chance.
Oh, Andre Chase is alive.
And this, you bonus points for that, Vance. Ava gets some power.
Sorry.
I was just saying, Ava gets some flowers for being a pro tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Thea Hale out here looks like she's literally trying to act out like she's got the fucking controller to move to do the buttons and do the move sets here.
Yeah. Oh, 100% was. It was 100%, Mr. Wrinkles. Springboard, missile drop kick. Another tag.
Tag in Axiom. Both men have got them set up on the top rope here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bash. Absolutely.
Oh. Just mushes away Nathan Frazier.
Another tag. Duke is going to take a Spanish fly.
I think so. He's got, yeah, that's 100% what he's about to. Spanish fly.
There's a Spanish mosquito.
Yeah. As actually with the corkscrew splash there. 1, 2.
Champion destroyer. What a match.
Man breaks up the pinfall of Andre Chase, just does the walk over the one pinfall into a Canadian destroyer.
Bro, this is the best tag team match I've seen from any company in a hot minute.
What is that fucking breakup pin spot there of Canadian destroyer?
Yes, Duke did the Trish move. Yes, he did. It's kind of weird,
right?
But he did it.
It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going. So we're getting a "This is awesome" chant.
Wow.
And I think we kind of thought this was a doo-doo boo-boo the foo tag match.
I think this is partly what annoys me with Chase U, because their shit is so silly, but Duke can wrestle. We've seen Andre Chase in the NXT UK.
They work well as shit as a tag team.
They should wrestle more and gimmick less.
Well, no, because part of what makes, if Andre Chase doesn't have the gimmick, then he's fucking just, he's Marco Stunt out here, just all grown up.
Right. Oh, shit, there it is.
Oh, step up in Zaguri that dodges Frazier but takes out Axiom.
I get them. Yeah, they're toast.
Oh, that's the tension. There's the breakup spot right there.
Roll up!
Duke, roll up, the most devastating move in pro wrestling. 1, 2, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Balloons. Oh, shooby doo, I want to be like you. Ooh.
Macy's balloons.
Right.
That was not a Spanish fly. That was a Spanish hornet. I said mosquito. Another NXT chant. Like, this match has the crowd losing it.
It's the first match, though, too, that I feel like they've actually had a good bit of time to go and really develop the story of the match. I think everything else, for the most part, has been kind of click through a bit.
Okay. This is a good spot.
Hey, you. That's what I'm saying, though, is if Andre doesn't have the gimmick, he doesn't have employment.
True.
The second Chase U goes away, so does he. Crossbody, 1, 2. Frazier breaks it up.
Supplement deux.
Sacre bleu, omelette du fromage.
Yeah. Eric Tate, good show so far. Yeah, for me, they're 3 for 3 as far as delivering entertaining matches out the gate.
So far, better than Money in the Bank?
A bit of apple and oranges, but the pace of this has been highly entertaining.
Fair enough.
Men's ladder match came out the gate last night. Oh, blind tag.
Oh.
And Andre takes the superplex. He holds on.
Oh, well, yeah, Frazier set up super kick through the superplex.
Up and over out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Frazier takes out Duke on the outside. It's Axiom. El Conquistador. Super kick like man just turned a super kick and a drop kick at the same time.
Wow.
3.
1, 2, 3. And still your NXT.
I fucking hate, though, a little bit of Thea's face. That's the first thing we see him do.
They pushed and then they hugged.
The first thing we see though is Theo. Like, I get, it sucks the loss, but it's just like it's so over the top. It's comical with that.
With Thea?
After the match, yeah.
Well, that's Thea in a nutshell. I mean, that's where I think part of my issues with the whole situation with Chase U is just it all feels pretend. It all feels silly.
What a hell of a tag match, though, that we didn't think was going to be the tag match it was.
No. And again, like you and I have talked a lot about the lack of good tag team wrestling. Like I think it was Sports Illustrated made a comment or put a list out, and the Young Bucks were the tag team of the first half of the year. Which, by the way, folks, this week our award show, the Four Lifeys, the real award show around here,
Golden KJ.
The Golden KJ. Again, but they don't have tag team matches. They have trios matches. They have anarchy matches. They don't have tag matches. That was a quality tag match. Multiple chants from the crowd. And yeah, Boston, if you had gone the other way, I probably would have called you out. But I mean, if you watch that and you're a fan of AEW, there's no reason why you wouldn't like that match.
Facts. That was a good tag match. And again, it's one of those that we didn't expect it to be an actual good tag match.
Oh. Wes Lee pissed off again. Yeah.
I lost, plain and simple.
Yeah, Nick and I have been saying that for a while, MDB, that this seems like a mission of Triple H and Shawn Michaels to figure this out and to rebuild a tag team division that once was.
Yeah, everybody will. Christ, we had it up for the Money in the Bank stream of people that had been before clamoring for them to split the titles who were like, well, they don't have much of a division now, so what if they just put them back together? No, why the fuck did we go here then to go back to there?
Right. That was 10 times better than I thought it would be. I'm with you, Scott. Holy shit.
Max.
Beast
Wes Lee, yeah. I'll see you all on Tuesday.
There you go. Interesting.
Right.
As ladies and gentlemen, we go to an NXT shop commercial as we are rolling along here for NXT Heatwave. 3 matches down, not much to go, but we are rolling along. We are back tomorrow for Raw. What will happen? Jey Uso taking on Chad Gable. The Wyatts are lurking around. The fallout from Drew and Punk. More to come. We are here all week long. We will be there for the fallout of NXT. Dynamite is stacked. There's a lot going on in Dynamite on Wednesday. Whether you love it or hate it, it's stacked up. Thursday, the Four Lifeys, the NXT, the Wrestling for Life Network Awards. We are going to do our half-year awards. A little delayed this year, thanks to yours truly, but we will do it this week. Stay tuned.
Make sure we're through the halfway part of the year.
Right? So stay tuned. There will be fan voting on the channel, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Thursday we go live, Friday SmackDown, and we got a whole lot of content coming your way, a whole lot of shows coming your way, and we got a crazy summer to get through. So make sure you strap in, strap on, be a friend, tell a friend, and be a part of the Wrestling Utopia, the channel that just welcomes everybody, as long as you can keep it respectful. But rolling, Nick.
I don't even know how to follow that up, but yeah, 100% my guy. As we're already hyping up of WrestleMania next year, which everybody was throwing out the reports that will be Cena's last match. He's come out and said that it won't be his last match, but it will be his last WrestleMania appearance.
I'm pretty confident that
conflicting reports.
What I heard from his mouth was that like the end of the road is Mania.
Fair enough.
He did say it would be, now he's going to enter the Rumble or be at the Rumble. He said he's going to be at Elimination Chamber and he will be on Netflix. So interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, Peacemaker is normally on Max, so that'd be interesting.
Right.
I was like, for half a second, I was like, is he just moving that? Are they moving that to Netflix? And that's how he can say I'm on Netflix?
I'm getting a Josh Briggs package.
Really? I'm getting Despicable Me.
I knew they were going to lose. They didn't have Ridge. Interesting.
Ooh. So
maybe that's what Ridge comes back and says. Hey, when I know you don't like cheating, but when I helped, we won.
The whole situation is though a little weird because they were upset that he cheated before, but now if we're gonna kind of not be, it's just Chase U as a whole at this point, I feel is literally just hanging around because people wouldn't be employed, people wouldn't have TV time, etc. if it didn't exist. Because it serves no purpose, I feel like, at this point anymore.
Right. That poll that had the Bucks at the top is over, and overwhelmingly so. I find it hard to believe that anybody believes that they are the best tag team in the first 6 months of 2024. I would ask, how many tag team matches have they had? 2 in 2024?
I believe.
Now I'm gonna package for Light Bright. Jesus Christ.
See, this is, I guess, where I like that I don't get the halfway package, the picture-in-picture, because I'm now getting like Ring Camera again. Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, what the hell? Wes Lee got to get that 70s show basement with the Rascals. There you go.
Hanging out.
That's a trick question, right? What? Where does Wes Lee go from here? We've seen him do this before where, all right, you lost, you're down and out, boo earns, and then he kind of goes away, comes back. Then he kind of went through it again and then came back. Now he's back and he lost twice to Oba. Now what? Is it a TNA move? Is it just fuck it, status quo? I don't know. TNA. I can live with that.
It makes a whole lot of sense. And it's one of those because there's always been the question a little bit of TNA sends Jordan Grace, WWE sends Tatum Paxley, and they send Charlie Dempsey. I mean, still talent, but do they equal Jordan Grace? But so we'll send you Wes Lee, and he's gonna have a run there.
Maybe. I like it.
Right.
Good to see you, Anthony. How you doing, sir? No TNA in the first hour, my guy.
We'll see though. We still got, the last two.
There's gonna be like a 2.5 hour pay-per-view. That's 3 hours max. Like this is a mission of there's tiering to how they book things, right?
Yeah.
And last night, again, not an overlong pay-per-view, and we'll get longer pay-per-views for the major pay-per-view.
Well, and it's interesting that we're literally down to just the last two of it's still only 8:30 now. Granted, it's nice that the show now starts at 7, especially on a Sunday, instead of main card starts at 8. Pre-show starts at fucking noon. We've got 75 matches on a show and everything like that on a Sunday. Yeah,
there you go. So
Scott, Great American Bash, by the way, getting advertised.
Scott correcting me, August 6th. So holy shit, hold on tight.
Yeah.
Scott corrected me saying Cena did say he's going through 30 to 40 dates through December 2025. There you go. So there you go. Confirming the longer run than I anticipated.
But it's still interesting. It's still very much a thing of we're having the retirement tour for John Cena. Even he's out there last night with the last time gear and everything like that. It's a little bit like I'm waiting for them to do like a Michael Jordan Last Dance kind of documentary type.
They will. Oh, they'll doc all of this. We're getting that for sure.
Hey, now I want to be. Now let's make sure we can be in all them reactions too and everything.
Exactly.
The Last Dance.
As they are showing us the competitors in the main event tonight, your Fatal 4-Way. Can I ask a question? And maybe I should know the answer, but I don't.
Go ahead.
How did Spears work his way into here?
A-dub.
I just don't know how Spears got in this match.
Adrenaline in my soul. I am friends with Cody Rhodes.
Rocks versus Lola. This is one of the hardest matches in a long time for me to call because I love both.
No, it gets fans the hardest in a while, but it's not a hard match to pick. To me, 100%, this is Roxanne Perez. This is still where you probably get. That's even a hell of a visual right there of fucking Temptress out there with the flames.
Yeah.
Hellfire, there's fire. It's getting Hunchback of Notre Dame shit and everything, but
yeah, I'm gonna go Lola just because, but I do think that Roxanne's the heavy favorite here. Makes the most sense, especially with Julia in lurking. But I'm gonna go Lola. Fuck it.
Roxanne is your star, and I think especially if they had plans to put it on Lola, I'm gonna say this with all due respect, of when she's out there trying to be a baby face, and she's got the super sad squinty eye tears, and I know deep down in my heart I still love you.
I didn't even know she had eyes.
Can't get a fucking tear.
Right?
Nah, dog, you can have that. Like, you need to stay here for a minute, sister.
It's just I didn't. The good news for me is I didn't see that moment.
You didn't see it, so that you got an untainted view. I've seen the tainted view. I've seen through the looking glass.
She was kicking the shit out of Shayna Baszler, so that's the last thing I remember.
There you go. That's why you're picking her, because if you saw that promo, no, dog. She's 100%. She was a good heel before this. Like, she's just suddenly had to be a babyface to Roxanne Perez because Roxanne's the clear heel.
Four-way might be a 1 hour match. I do not think it's going to go that long.
We don't know. We don't know if we get a surprise in that or anything.
Spears pin trick. Interesting. I missed that.
Wait, what?
Somebody said Spears beat Trick.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
That's how Spears.
Oh, yeah, that must have been 2 weeks ago, because last week was the contract signing to where you had the fucking roundabout and everything. So yeah, that must have been it.
Okay, I'm getting this.
Yeah, now you get to watch this. I want to see your reaction. This is KJ's first view. Now, granted, they've doctored this up with the video package, so
yeah, I'd clip it too.
They'd clip the shit out of this. Now,
I did it for my mommy, for my sisters.
I did it for The Rock.
Interesting. Rocks wins. I'm with you, Bradley.
Yeah, so that's the best you've seen in that promo. That's the best they've doctored.
They edited it very well. See, now as Lola in this babyface role makes it even less likely for her to win, because if Julia shows up, she's going to get a big pop. I don't imagine.
Bro, you missed it. She's out to do it. I will be the first Cuban American women's champion. Like, that's great. We liked you as the badass, not as,
Yeah, don't go soft on me, girl.
She's
I won't do it for you,
bro. But she's still out here looking. Don't be fooled by the drops that I got. I'm still Lola from the block.
I like this. Look, dun, 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 dun. Selling us on the match, guys. Let's go. Get in that chat. Who's winning?
Sweet dreams.
I'm not. Yeah. Definitely wrinkles. I'm not clicking on it because that's only opening Pandora's box.
Oh, Roxy for the win.
She left the tears in Orlando. Yeah, me too.
You have to have them to leave them, though. Every time, though, when she comes out, I'm picturing like dance the night away.
It really is, even with the fucking
get on the floor.
Waiting for tonight.
Oh,
listen.
When you will be here in my arms.
As a man who was present for J-Lo's 50th birthday tour, yeah, go Lola.
Yeah, she's literally she's MMA J-Lo.
Yeah. She's J-Lo from Enough.
At least she's not J-Lo.
Right. Damn,
that sounded redundant to say. Oh,
God. What's up, Ava? Lola, welcome to Roxy World. There you go.
Hey, but it's nice to see it. This is two Latino women out here fighting for the NXT Women's Championship.
Is Roxanne? Yeah, there you go.
Roxanne Perez. I don't know, my guy. What fucking might have given that away? The fact that she's from Texas, her last name was Perez.
I wasn't
don't
even
know.
there. I was just, two good wrestlers going to go. That's a good twist. The Latina's getting it on tonight.
Right?
Caliente, if you ask me.
The Prodigy. The Prodigy.
She's come so far, dude. It's so hard to bet against her.
When we had the draft, I was out here expecting her to get picked up to the main roster. The fact that she's still
I'm glad she didn't.
Well, yeah. And I will say, though, that the fact that she's still here is to help still elevate who is still here.
Plus, it's elevating her. She's having a really solid run here.
Well, it reminds you a little bit of like with Braun of when we thought he was initially going to go and they didn't, and they still kept him around, so he looked a little bit more intimidating. He looked a little bit bigger, a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Carmelo as well.
Right. Plus, we get to see again. You want some good runs. We see other athletes in NXT be champ and have a good championship run. Carmelo had a good championship run. What did he take out? 8, 9 names. So
he was hanging jerseys from the rafters.
Yeah, I'm changing my mind. I'm going Rocks.
You had Roxanne out here to where, think about it, she was coming off of her match with Jordan Grace.
True. There's nothing that makes me think Lola's going to win this match, but if Lola wins, I'm going to be so mad. I'll stick to Lola. Fuck
it. The dichotomy of man summed up in about 2 sentences right there.
Story of my life.
Right.
Lola is Cuban, but Roxy
Her
is
name was Lola. All right. Yeah. Every time I think I just think of like Yoel Romero. Do it for Jesus.
And ding, ding, ding. We're off and running, folks. We're going to close the predictions.
Right. As these 2 matches that we're getting, honestly, could be pretty much matches of the weekend, I feel.
Yeah, so far, if you would have told
we had a makeup issue, and that's what Roxanne was weary because she wanted messed up Lola's makeup.
Right. 66% of the chat is taking Rocks.
Oh. Shakira.
Battle of Latinas. Rocks gives me a little bit of Perazo heel vibes. Interesting.
Yeah, but at this point, that's almost, it feels weird to say that because look at Perazo right now in AEW. She went from TNA women's title contender to out here just doing nothing.
Yeah, good Perazo vibes.
Yeah.
Split crowd chant.
Conflicted chants, yeah.
Match of the night. We'll see. Right now, the tag team match is leading the way, I think.
Yeah, so far, but we've still got time to see here.
Ooh, baby, when you talk like that. All the Shakira songs. Let's go.
Shakira. Oh, did she sell that or did she just duck out of the way and slide out of the way? I'm hoping it was the latter versus the other. Yeah, so it's Roxanne she saw the spinning back, but didn't see the Lola!
And by the way, what Lola's doing is not twerking.
No one said it was.
No, the whole chat
said it was ass shaking.
Were you not here when the chat was petitioning against? Oh, you weren't. They were.
No, I wasn't. Clearly, I wasn't.
There was people petitioning for no more twerking, but that's what Sexy Red does. That's a different thing. That's hips. That's lovely.
That's my hips don't lie. I'm starting to feel.
But right now is a battle of the bulge. Yeah, the battle's between the bulge. Let's go.
Fireball.
We'll get to that soon. It's all the flames. Everything's hot. Everything's caliente.
Yeah, muy caliente. We're out here eating, the flaming hot, Ruffles chips and everything like that. We're watching muy caliente. We're out here on Hot Ones. We got to do a fucking something similar to a fucking Hot Ones, my guy.
Right?
Hot takes and hot chips or hot wings or something or hot sauces.
Hot take and hot sauces.
Yeah, not sausage. Sauces. I'm just clarifying because it sounded like you said sausage, and I don't want to have any sort of hot sausage in my face. Pause.
Don't lie. What? 2 count.
Ooh, Roxanne with a kind of head snap takeover. It's always a trope of women's wrestling of just grab at the hair. You've got nothing else, just grab at the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I've never really had long hair, but I don't know how bad it hurts to have your hair pulled like that.
It sucks.
What?
Especially when it's attached to your chin.
Rumor has it some people might like that, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's go.
Oh, big elbow from Roxanne. She's 100% into just fucking top star match here right now with this. Instantly goes quickly from back elbow into a Russian leg sweep, into a pin count, into now a fucking chin tie up here.
MTB NXT has the best women's roster to observe in the ring. Yeah, as far as quality of wrestling goes, there's nobody doing what NXT is doing right now. We saw it even earlier. I mean, two kind of not the greatest of known competitors had a phenomenal match.
100%, and there's even competitors that are on the roster that we're out here halfway talking about why aren't they here? Why aren't they doing this? Where's this person? Where's that person?
Yeah. Well, there goes your social life, Big Nick.
Wait, what?
There you go.
I don't know.
Mandy Rose might show up, Anthony, upon hopium. That'd be shocking. Quick feet.
That'll be very much stroking in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Malik is voting for the twerking to continue. Smart man.
It's thrusted. It reminds me of like when the Pretty Deadly had the sideways thrust. Yeah.
Shout out to CJ in the chat. Hip thrust. Right. Hip thrust.
That's what it is. If she's just shaking or wagging.
I noticed.
I'm sure we all did. We'll roll through 1, 2, 2 go, 2 go, 2 go.
Hips.
Yes, and they don't lie. Ole, ole, ole. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, caught her.
In the back of the head. Oh, the Karafuda, the Katahajime, the bridges it through into a 2 count. Well, 1.5 count.
Another Katahajime.
Oh, the Katahajime, that was awkward as fucking, hey, what do you say? But they're rolling out. They're under the ropes, ref. That shouldn't count.
Awkward? What was awkward?
Yeah. Well, now they're just standing up here as we get the backdrop into the table here to break up the submission.
Lola kick it. Oh, back fist to the pole. Yeah, Lola.
Who was saying something was awkward? What did she?
Said something was awkward, but it doesn't matter. She is vicious.
Top of the hand. Did Lola like break a nail or something? That's what it looked like. Why she was holding her hand before this whole situation. Now that Roxanne stepped on it here.
And now she's just picking it apart, drops her on it.
Well, yeah, it does a kind of, a hook suplex there and drops her right on her hand. So you're not going to be able to lock in that chokehold if you got a bum hand.
There you go. Is that Shayna Baszler's move? Shayna is known to choke a few people out, yeah?
Yeah, the Karafuda clutch. Oh.
Mm-hmm. People were
that move always like the kind of like stump puller on your shoulder either looks like it's going to crack your back amazingly or you're not going to be able to use your shoulder for like a month.
Could go either way.
Right.
As Roxy stepping on Lola's face, working the hand. A lot of people made jokes about John Cena being the host of Shark Week and Dynamite being sponsored by Shark Week. So funny.
Go fuck yourself.
Jesus.
Well, what do you want him to do? Like, oh, I couldn't do that because I was just on, what AEW used as their fucking tie-in for a promotion for a show. No, this man's out here. That's his goddamn legacy. This man's out here. We're talking about, you had people crying because this man announced his retirement. You're setting this man up out here to be on the Mount Rushmore. Who gives a fuck if he did hosted Shark Week on some other shit?
Tiffy turns on Nia. I think Nia beats the shit out of Bailey, and Tiffy cashes in on Bailey.
Yeah, that's very much what it seems to be the case. Then maybe that's when you set up the Tiffy Nia feud, what have you. But you at least get the match between Nia and Bailey beforehand, and maybe you get it to where Nia wins. Well,
back this Roxy out of the ring, but Lola's hands killing her.
But even then, Roxanne's out of the ring, so you got to pull her back in here if you want to finish this match here. So this is giving her a moment to recover here.
Champion's advantage.
Right. Right now. Oh, 1, 2, foot on the rope.
Foot on the rope.
And the look though from Lola of like, holy, she's alive.
Throwing elbows. Oh, she's crying. She's trying to cry.
Yeah, ground and pound because, she's throwing elbows with the other hand.
Yeah.
So the hand that's supposed to hurt has to hurt now, even though she wasn't using that hand because physics and, body parts and anatomy.
I don't think Tiffy's cashing until round Rumble. Interesting. Okay.
Fair enough.
It is possible. You got 12 months to do so.
Yeah. She could very much hold on to that for a good minute.
Roxanne fighting to get back to her feet. Nice battle between these ladies.
Could you even see it to where Nia Jax wins it and Tiffany kind of halfway goes around with it of, I'm your insurance policy to make sure you stay champion. That no matter what, it stays between us and everything for a little bit of they have that have a little partnership and have that awkward tension.
Maybe. I mean, that's not a bad shout. My instant thought, with the Nia Jax. Oh,
Pop rocks. Oh, no. Two go.
We got a 2 on Pop rocks.
Right.
Yeah, I wondered because Nia's going to fight Bailey. If Nia beats the living shit out of Bailey, but Bailey steals a win, the underdog kind of barely gets by Nia, and then Tiffy shows up, and then Nia.
Yeah, but that's within like a month, my guy.
Yeah, I'm okay with it happening at SummerSlam.
So you no waiting of it. I know it could happen there, but I'm saying if we do wait on it,
it's so ironic right now. Yeah, no, if they could do it, then I would be okay with it.
No, I'm fine with that, but I'm saying if there was the argument was brought up about if they kind of wait on it.
They could. They really could, especially with the men's out of the way.
Oh, as we're now up on the announce desk.
Oh, Pop
Rocks and the table just, I am the table.
And the table says no fucking way.
It says nay.
We got a
holy chant.
The chants are way better when Fox isn't blanking them out.
Exactly.
We got a 2. We got a 2.
Two go.
Let's go. Lola not giving up.
That was terrible. That was terrible. You saw all of 99.9% of those shots not land anywhere near anything. That was a physical body part. You saw Roxanne throwing north-south elbows that just literally hit nothing but air.
Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Pop Rocks! Nice transition!
Oh. Pop Rocks again. Oh, sloppy jalopy.
Well, the lady's dizzy, so I forgive him.
again. And she's pulling her by the goddamn bra straps. There's even the tights and everything getting torn apart as Roxanne picks up the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll give them that. I'll give them all the marks on that. That's sloppy. They had one flaw in between two, and they were smart enough to transition it into a proper. You got to understand, guys. And again, would the person you try not to beat up would not be dizzy after you finish her twice, 3 times?
I understand that, but this is getting a little bit of, can we have a show without a botch? Can we have one? Can we have
I don't
one?
think there is a botch-free show. I don't think, when was it, like, I think there's always something.
But either way, still, I think it was interesting.
What a great finish. Well,
you had the 3 pop rocks in a row, and I did even like to where she kind of didn't get fully on the second one, so she sat there and is grabbing her by the straps and pulling her back.
Yeah, just like fuck it.
That right there looked believable. That's all adverse of Tongaloa with his taint shots and everything like that. That looked believable. If maybe you didn't get the cleanest one a second time, but I'm gonna make sure the third one looks stiff as shit. That's worked.
It. And a devastating, convincing, strong win for Roxanne Perez.
And still, it took 3 or 4 pop rocks to take out Lola. 5?
5 pop rocks.
So it took 5 pop rocks to take out Lola. So you still kind of halfway keep her a bit strong. And bro, she's lost the match and still can't shed a tear.
She dizzy. She can cuss.
So gravity affects her tear ducts.
Yeah.
They go adverse to her fucking physique.
She's not coherent.
Yeah.
Really good match. Do we get Julia or Jordan Grace here? We do not. They're letting the match stand alone. So again, I know people are all itching for all these surprises, but you got to let the matches breathe. You got to let them do their thing. Everything can't be the hot spot. If every 2 seconds we get a fucking another hot shot move, I want surprises too, guys. But we got weekly shows. We got lots going on. And right now, that was a hell of a match with or without.
It's almost like you're the guy that half the time was always out here saying, be greedy. Now you're like just telling people, be smart, be, frugal.
I've always said, be patient. You will get all that you want. If you can be as greedy as you want, but be patient. They aren't rushing shit on this.
Greedy is kind of the antithesis of patience, my guy.
I'm patiently greedy. I get it all.
That is
get it all.
Redundant ass thing.
As YouTube, one step at a time, taking it all.
Fair
getting a Tony D package. Can we stop saying pop rocks? No, she keeps doing it. What are we gonna do?
Right.
Pop rocks. Apparently, Boston has a bad childhood memory of pop rocks.
Fair enough.
It's literally a sunset flip. It's a sunset bomb.
Yeah, it's Panama Sunrise. It's same shit.
That's it. Just without the middle rope, we're good.
Yeah, and it's on the tinge of a Canadian destroyer.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm not against it at all.
Brilliant ending. I love the ending to that. Like, convincingly, like, if you want Roxy to look like a badass, she fucking laid the smacketh down on all of Lola tonight.
Oh yeah, 100% establishes her as the top person in that division, and it took, we've said 3, 4, 5 pop rocks, sorry Boston, to take her out. So it's the same thing like when Roman has to take 3 crossroads to be down for a 2 count type shit. It's still, you halfway keep them strong. The finishers, enough as it is, floats a bit of still not always the strongest, but if she's got to take 3, 4, 5 of them to put her out, you protect her and still make Roxanne look dominant.
Yeah, and I mean, pop rocks kind of fits. You got this little, smaller statured woman. Right? If her move, it works. It fits. I got HBK. Oh, we're talking about Jensen.
Oh, I have a dog food commercial, so you're gonna have to let me know.
I got 2 words for you. Hawk Tui. Shit.
Where the fuck?
I'm reading.
Did HBK just sit there and say that?
I think Jensen said it to HBK.
Oh, and just spit in his face.
That's why how he's trying to get his job back. I will Hawk Tui.
I will Hawk Tui north or south of the border if I have to.
That's true, Blaze and Luna, or both. It very much is, a big contributing factor. Just like a Spanish fly, very much in a contingent of the person receiving.
Oh, it's a cohabitable move, but it's also still one of those of it works best when you make it look like it's not a co-participation move.
Yeah. Wrestling has been good the last few weeks, maybe the whole year. 2024 has been absolutely fucking on fire. We started this year, January 1, with The Rock showing up and then building. We would just watch the documentary building to all that shit. Again, I think that's why I think more and more wrestling fans enjoy the wrestling. Yeah, we're going to find flaws in it. Yeah, we're going to find little things that don't go perfect. But at the end of the day, we are spoiled. You got people within the industry saying they haven't felt wrestling this hot in decades. Embrace it, guys. Because one day you're going to look back and think, man, I bitched that whole time and they were killing.
Thy cup runneth over. And well, it's still, even with the Attitude Era, etc., it's almost a little bit of we didn't know how good we had it. People would still complain a little bit about this, a little bit about that, and everything. And now, granted, we still halfway look at it through rose-tinted glasses. Some things might not fly today, but yeah.
Lexus King,
yeah. He just needs to just go full like Kid Rock out here. Like he needs to be out here. It was 1989. My hair was long. My shoulders were. He's fully out here of straight up Tiger King. Christ, he's got already King in his name. He's halfway there. So he's saying how he's going to be taking on Tony D'Angelo for the Heritage Cup.
And there's Tony responding. There's a random Maybach. I knew I put that somewhere. Thank you, MDB. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll get that Maybach soon. Agreed. The worst.
Man, I'm in the mood for a nice capicola sandwich. Yeah. This is making me hungry out here. And it's Lexus King. This actually kind of, I dig this a bit with Tony D'Angelo. It's
better.
Well, there's a serious tone to it outside of gabagool and
yeah. And they're not set up in
Olive Garden shit.
Yeah, they're not set up in the fake Olive Garden and with like 19 Italians that only 3 of them look like they've got off the couch. Never mind.
With some pasta with some ketchup on it, all of that.
He's giving me Joe Pesci vibes, though.
Oh, yeah, he's very much got the Joe Pesci tone in his voice, a little bit of halfway looking like he's still trying to do like an audition to be like Michael Corleone and the Godfather, shit like that. But yeah.
So Lexus King versus Tony D for the Heritage Cup. Can we just take the cup and make it a belt? I mean, am I wrong?
But then how do you drink out of it?
Facts. Carmen versus Ariana.
Yeah, decide who was the best out of the team here.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Luke Gallows and Anderson versus OTM,
Gallus versus Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus OTM. Also,
Wes Lee will address his future.
TNA.
He reminds me of De Niro. Yeah, I got a little bit of that head tilt to him. Even at the cup, it's different. Fair enough. Loves the cup.
As we've got the main event of NXT Heatwave coming up right now, the Fatal 4-Way.
Cooked.
Already moving through here. So unless they literally give this an hour, this might be pretty solid of get in and get out of. This is how you do a Sunday pay-per-view.
Take notes, folks.
100%. As we're getting the Trick hype up here.
All right, folks, get your prediction in that chat. We are at the main event already. Who leaves tonight with the NXT title?
Ethan Page.
Yeah. I'd love to be different or difficult. I can't on this one.
It's who loses more of if Trick doesn't win versus if Ethan doesn't win, because they very much have made this whole thing part of Ethan's contract signing, etc. Like they've put so much emphasis on him kind of needing to be champion here that if he doesn't.
Yeah, I think the only out would be, and again, I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but the only out is Ethan Page is unsuccessful again because of the Fatal 4-Way. He bitches that he didn't get a one-on-one, and you have a pay-per-view in 3 weeks that you can tag it to.
That's Trick's way, though, to have a comeback.
Yeah, have Trick have
better off and easier if that's the way you do it. If Trick, well, I didn't lose clean. Like, there's a point. I think you could have it to where the finish happens tonight, and Trick's not the one taking the pin.
Yeah, very much so. I think it's time for people to come to terms on who Roxanne is dropping the title to, and her name is Julia. Fact. It's been rumored for a long time.
And we're surprised that we didn't get her. I think pre-wrist injury, she was at least kind of projected to be here.
Well, that's it.
Now she couldn't even show up, not a VTR, nothing.
I think they were not going to do that unless they know, like, unless there's like the clear return and the dates are set. Like, I think because she was injured, she's got to figure it out. Probably got to rehab a little. You want her to be kind of in a good place. So we got to tease. I think the injury did delay it, but we'll get her. We'll get her.
Yeah, but you can tease Punk, and Punk's not ready to go tomorrow. But you can still tease it now.
Fair enough. Valid. I mean, fair enough. I think because Julia is a relatively unknown to the WWE universe.
That's what you need. Is you need time to you take the time that you do to fucking let the runway go.
When you can compress it and give it to everyone. Like if you were giving us little vignettes, it would start to feel like Veer Mahan. We'd have 3 months of
no. You don't need to do 3 months.
She doesn't have a story to build like Punk did.
This is who she is. This is how she's.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna bring her all in at once, dude. I have no problem with that. Like, I mean. Again, you don't want to do that thing where you get a bunch of vignettes and then you get nothing, then another vignette and then nothing. And when she's ready to go,
it'd be a shame if they did that, like the Wyatts or anything with that.
Well, you can't even compare that. The Wyatts was a whole fucking story, dude. That's not even close to the
same. That they couldn't
not even close to
work for 3 weeks.
Not even vignettes work for 3 weeks. It's not even close, bro.
You couldn't make vignettes work for 3 weeks.
The best.
For 3 weeks. For 3.
No, we don't even do it 3 times.
How good is your storytelling that if you can't do it for 3 weeks?
We don't know when she's coming, my guy. That's an assumption. We don't know when she's going to be here. So they do. We don't.
Right, so but I'm just saying you could still do a bit of a lead into it.
And I believe they will. They had already started it, but she got hurt. And she's got shit to do. They didn't want her to get hurt. They didn't plan for her to get hurt.
You sounded like he was out here saying if they're just going to drop her in and 100% of just, she was going to be here. So take it.
Everyone's anticipating her arrival, and they're not going to just drop her in. She will show up and make her claim when she's ready. And then they will build to that match.
I think you do a couple of vignettes and everything before she shows up.
Maybe they do when they know she's ready. Doing it now, if she's not ready, makes no sense because people have no long-term memory.
That's fine. I wasn't saying doing it right now. I'm saying doing a couple of weeks. I was saying 2 vignettes for her before she shows up.
Getting stuff.
Moving on, we've got Sean Spears coming out right now.
Let's go. I still like his entrance.
He's the fucking guy from Collision that hopped through the proverbial portal with the fucking mask and everything. Did you see that?
No,
Paulo.Graham.
Yeah, people thought, was it Ricochet?
Yeah, the Caucasian-y light-skinned guy with the full fucking head of hair and no tattoos, 100% could easily be mistaken for the mixed race bald man with 2 sleeves of tattoos.
Right.
100%. I see that's a common mistake.
Right.
Fucking a bunch of police officers out there can't identify the fucking perp.
Right. Is Sean Spears coming out very Money in the Bank vibes on this one?
Yeah.
And young Kofi Kingston, I mean, Javon Evans in the ring.
SOS, I hear them shouting. SOS.
Yo, that's he got the triple line going on that mohawk.
He's fucking Casey Jones. Yeah, I've never seen someone have side mohawks to a whole mohawk.
You see,
man got the dually pipes running on the mohawk.
Right? I don't know, Keyshawn. We'll see. I have no idea what the plan is. Ethan Page rocking as much US shit as he can. What a fucking heel. Tells Canada kiss his ass. There you go. Fuck you, Ethan. Trick pins.
As again, we've got a giant I Believe in Joe Hendry sign.
Yeah. Javon ain't winning nothing with that entrance music. I like it. 10.
Resident of the USA. Here, you can. Well, fuck. No, you're going to say that we still have Jericho. So, goddamn it. I was going to say you can have Jericho. We'll take Page. But fuck. You're going to stick us with both. I'll take one versus
Jericho
the other.
Already left.
He just
tell you what, we'll throw in Page because we got Brock roaming around still, right?
Yeah, well, this man's out here declaring his U.S. residency, so
that's fucking amazing. Everyone expects him to come out and go pro Canada. It's my hometown. He says, fuck that noise. That's why Ethan Page should win this match. He is the most polished performer in this match. Spears is good, but Ethan's on his way up. Spears is already kind of plateaued.
Well, he might be at his kind of pinnacle to an extent. As we're getting huge whoop that Trick chance here. Trick's entrance is great. It is. The minute he's in the match is it starts to go south, I feel.
That's the curious, again, that becomes the biggest question in the curiosity.
He's got the Harlem Heat gear out here, by the way.
Whoop that Trick. Yeah, he's definitely rocking the Harlem Heat. I like it. Yeah, Booker just said it. Nice tights.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
But this is a 2-horse race. This is Ethan Page versus Trick Williams, and we got side characters and side quests just to help keep this interesting.
Sean Spears pinned Trick this week, bro. That's the rumor.
Congratulations.
Don't count him out.
I'm at a 9 count already, but I won't count him out.
Right. I didn't even know he got that pin. I was shocked to find out.
But Trick very much has Booker vibes a bit here. I think he still needs it works a little bit better in the chase, and it'll be nice to see him if he chases and it's not attached and it's not tied to Carmelo when it's strictly individual story.
Bigger than Mello.
Granted, he could still win, and then what the fuck are we doing with Ethan Page, etc.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, again, my only thought right now, 55% are taking Page, 45% are taking Trick. Nobody's taking anybody else.
Oh yeah, them too. There's a 2-horse race.
Amazing. Now I want one of the other two just to win to fuck everybody up.
Sean Spears getting the biggest reaction as he walks in and just stares at the belt and then walks out looking at Ethan Page.
There's some clapping, but people are mad at him.
I liked even the fucking tracksuit and everything. Like, I almost gotta want to buy that. Like, I'd buy that. I'd wear that.
If you are committed to being a heel, this is the shit you do. when MJF's the heel and he goes to fucking Long Island and plays up a babyface just for that show, he can go in and do shit like this and stay that heel course. Now, I know I'm not relating it to anything he just did.
I was going to say, we could talk about that. That's a whole other conversation.
Well, it's a fucking mess. But the same thing we saw with like Wembley and stuff, like just because you're in your hometown doesn't mean your personality changes. You're still a dick everywhere you go.
Right.
And Ethan Page proven that. Fuck, I know I'm in Canada, but I'm going to be a heel.
As we are underway, ding, ding, folks, as we've got Javon Evans, Sean Spears, Trick Williams, and Ethan Page right now, all battling out for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship as Ethan Page just popping out. If you can have that, that ain't what I'm mad at.
I love that somebody gave a pity vote to Javon as we are rocking and rolling out of the gate.
Hey, he could do it. He could do it.
Predictions closed, folks. Let's go.
You don't think that Javon could win this at all? That there's no chance? Sean Spears has a better chance than Javon to you?
I think Spears has a better shot than Javon. Javon's a rookie, still finding his way. Spears at least is a vet and could do something with it, I think, stronger, especially with guys like Ethan in the mix. I don't think Spears is going to win, but I would put the belt on Spears before I put it on Javon.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is tomorrow on Raw still too early for Rhea to show up? Could be. I don't know where she is at with her health.
Well, and it's also interesting, though, that we've got Liv and Dom teaming up together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spears and Paige working together out here.
But then get in the ring. This is about me and you, bro.
Hey, did you know that we were watching Collision on Sunday night?
Right? Handshake. I poke my balls. I like it.
Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
Yeah. That's it. I agree, Malik. Well played. And he was talking about it. Remember, he made a big deal about wearing the Canadian tuxedo,
right?
And then goes out of his way to go all USA.
Oh, that was fucked up.
A little clunky by Trick.
Well, that was all just like, why are we doing like a Rude Goldberg fucking transition of spots here?
Spears has to get rid of the mohawk.
As now Trick and Javon just kind of dap each other up over right now. We're about to go at it. Mm-hmm. I've seen people compare it to Trick Javon is Carmelo Trick a bit.
Yeah, I see that. But Javon on fire. What the height on that dropkick?
Man's got ups. Oh, little bit of a sit down into a fucking Hurricane Rana rolls through 1, 2 count.
Jericho
almost had you.
Jericho claims Long Island over Canada. Good. We don't want him. Fuck him.
Don't you put that evil on us.
He did.
We need an exorcism.
There we go. There we go.
Big slam from Trick on Javon.
Young OG is only 20 years old. If he won tonight, he could drop it later. Yeah, he could.
But also at the same time, he's only 20 years old, so he's got plenty of time to where he could win it later.
Yeah. Spears with a chair.
Oh, scissor kick or crescent kick. Sorry, scissor kick, crescent kick. But that's something to me. I've always kind of liked that move of because you saw Booker do it, and the only other person I really saw ever do it was Bull Buchanan.
Bull Buchanan, I like it.
He's great. Hey, Briggs is fucking daddy,
right? Yeah,
out there doing the crescent kick.
Cross body, both men down. Spears and Ethan. Javon back up. Nice pace to start this fatal four-way. Bookend.
Right. Yeah, Trick's out here just literally running back Booker T. We coming for you.
Back to the popcorn.
Something or other. You literally, it would be perfectly timed. You're snacking on popcorn as I say that. We come of you. 1, 2, 2 count, 2 count. As Trick even just looking, I'm kind of like, bitch, you kicked out?
We want tables is being chanted, by the way.
We want what?
We want tables, you bloodthirsty fuckers.
But there's no Dudleys to be seen.
Right?
Oh, big shot from Ethan. Jericho needs to retire. Yes, he does.
We don't
few
know.
Weird looking spots with Javon and Spears. Javon is working them. So you think that he's going to still be, he could very much be the one that, you know, sleekly gets to the last minute pin here. 1, 2.
2 count. Hey, if you're in the match, you have a chance to win it. Was it likely? No, but hey, could he do it? Yes, he could.
There you go. There you go.
According to the chat, the only person that does have no chance is Spears.
Fair enough. I mean, I gotta believe it. I gotta believe it. Page going up top here. Oh, big chop from Spears. Yes, they are chanting, we want tables. Javon would be an awesome speed champion.
Yeah, actually.
Is it impressive that Tony Khan's not the one that came up with the speed division versus WWE?
Right. Oh, wait. Javon's in trouble. What is this?
Doomsday device.
Nice spot.
Everybody's down, and what's interesting because you normally don't see it to where, oh, we're getting the double count.
Yeah.
You don't see it to where somebody turns part of it into a DDT there.
Spears is here on nepotism. Spears is a talent guy. He runs a wrestling school. He's
one half of Cody's Nightmare Factory.
Yeah, it's true.
Or no, is he part of Flatbacks? With
he's got his own. He's got his own in Niagara, though. Does he not?
I don't know.
I believe he does. But
I talk about the rest of the. I ain't trying to do this shit.
But yeah, maybe Cody does have a hand in it. But I think Spears brings value to NXT, and it's not winning.
100%. But he ain't winning. Oh, fuck! I hate that though. Halfway a bit with it's a fatal 4-way, so it's no DQ. So now he's out here with a steel chair. Oh,
and the crowd
was this man. I don't know though how I feel of like I get it and it makes it make sense of, but Sean Spears literally can't get over in a match unless he's clattering somebody with a steel chair. Like
he's the fucking chairman.
I understand that, but you should be a fucking character that you can get over besides that though.
He's a heel. His whole gimmick's based around a chair. It's like Brutus the Barber Beefcake not bringing his scissors.
Yeah, that's great. So this is pinnacle, my guy.
No, why?
He literally has to be in this match to use the chair because otherwise, if this was it wasn't a no DQ match where he couldn't use the chair, he's not getting it right, but he's not getting over either.
I think he's status quo with or without the chair. He's been just fine.
His only pop in this whole match is because he used the chair.
Because he's the only man standing. But yeah, he's the chairman. I expect him to use a chair once in a while, especially in a no DQ situation.
That's great. Cool. And that's the pinnacle.
I guess.
See? Pun intended there, because that was the AEW faction he was in.
I got it. But he was the chairman before he was in the pinnacle. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Adam.
Oh. Little bit of a rolling blockbuster there from Trick onto Ethan Page as everybody's down right now.
Do you think Cody put in good? I think there's several people that could there would be conversations where you would ask somebody like Cody and other people that have experience of like, what did you think? How were they backstage? That's why you're going to see Ricky Starks in WWE.
Oh, 100%. And why Ricky Starks is going to be one of those guys that's fast-tracked up. He's going to be hot-shotted. He'll make a brief appearance. He'll dip his toe in NXT, and then he moves the fuck on up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proponzo. Jake didn't always use the snake, my guy.
He always had the snake. He always had the snake. He did not show up with the snake. And every time he wanted to use the fucking snake, he put the snake on all his victims. Let's be real.
Super kicks that are actually sold. Randy should not use the arcade. Oh, sorry. No, that's not at all even.
Oh, he's only over because he's
argument at all. That's not at all a similar argument.
Finisher.
No, that's not at all a similar argument, and you know that.
Yeah, I think it is. Javon, holy shit!
Woo! Good God! It takes Trick out into the barricade as Javon literally just clears the whole fucking ring station. And Trick, I'm worried because Trick looks like he's like.
Yeah, that looked ouch.
I don't know if he's actually selling or if he's literally like, I'm fucked up because he went from like okay to screaming really fast.
Oh.
He took all of that man's calf in the head.
Spears
and very much went to pure screaming.
Uh-oh. Spears in trouble. No, Evans might be in trouble.
I don't know. Does he have a steel chair?
I was about to say it. Get your chair. He did a move without the chair. Woo!
Right. As Ethan Page dumps this man out, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count.
That boy bouncy.
He bouncy, flouncy, flouncy. Yeah, this man got springies in them knees.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant, Damien, if that was a NXT pay-per-view main event. Page Starks.
Yeah, so then we can listen to everyone. That's the diehard AEW count say, well, they did it already on Collision.
Yeah, now we're doing it right. Deal with it.
Facts.
Just like me and your ex-girlfriend. Now we doing it right.
All right.
Yeah, almost took everything out.
Page going up top. Oh, Spears throwing hands now here.
Co-owner flatbacks. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think Nick.
Yeah, but isn't flatbacks him and Breeze?
Yeah, I think it's Breeze.
Yeah. Oh, we're setting up for the tower spot here. But Ethan Page just pushes off Swerve or
Spanish Fly match. What a match. Let's go.
Wow, but that's even this man hit so much height with that Spanish Fly.
No way. No way.
Yes, brother. 1, 2. Oh, Trick just barely breaks it up here. But yeah, fucking Javon Evans, man's got bungees in them fucking lower extremities. This man got bounced for the ounce here.
This is cooking.
He's got ups that even fucking gravity's like, how you do that? So they're both kind of throwing at each other of like, nah, my guy, this my shit. It's so crazy to even think about their height to height, their eye to eye.
Do they not look like a supplement before and after picture?
Yeah, this is your brain on Torbadol. This is your brain not on Torbadol. Like, this is your body on fun. This is your body not on. I got the point where they were going, but they didn't. It looked like they kind of zigged, like they crossed each other's orbits at the wrong time a bit.
I thought it was two men going for a drop kick that both kind of fell to the earth.
But it looked like they were trying to like do that co-connect, but it looked like they missed each other in orbit.
Fair enough.
Oh, Javon firing up. Spears tripping him up.
It was a little soft.
Javon versus Spears could be the feud very much that they have going out of this.
True. No way. No way. What's Spears doing?
Shout out Vic Joseph saying this just the same way as KJ saying it. What the fuck is this man doing? Oh, he's going to do a superplex through the table across this?
This is NXT, bro. They're cooking. They're cooking.
It's about to take both men out of here.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no. Oh, Javon. Pop. Oh, this is scary. Fuck you. It rolls into a cutter. That's awesome. Of literally, huh? And then
what a move.
Pops out to a cutter. Corkscrew. And hey, if he gets this pin, he wins the match. 1, 2. 2 count as Trick breaks it up again. And I like that of Javon could have won it, and neither Ethan or Trick was involved in the finish.
That whole exchange was good. Like, that was fucking rude. Rude.
Oh, that's painful looking as shit. As Trick just says, you can have that. And just shoves Javon into the announce table to where he pretty much caught the edge of it and nothing more.
Heatwave his bitch that Money in the Bank. I feel
a little bit. I'm much more comfortable so far giving this an 8 than I was last night.
Fair enough.
And we're still aiming at the finish of it. Trick firing up.
Nice.
What the
nice. Sharpshooter. Let's go. No, Bret Hart doesn't smile. You're wrong, Vic.
I don't know if he can express that emotion.
Oh,
here comes Ethan Page to break it up. Big boot.
Razor's Edge.
Oh, gonna get a Razor's Edge to Trick.
Oh, live.
Javon breaks it up. Pulls the rope. Wow. This is crazy. Well, think about it. This match started at pretty much the 9 o'clock hour. We're 20 minutes through this. Yeah. And we're still holy shitting out here.
It'd been a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Hell of a card. Hell of a show.
Yeah, well, now Ethan Page just wailing on this man. I'm like, you will stop. I am sick of this shit and I'm sick of you. Now again, Trick does not need to get pinned to lose this match. Oh.
Oh, Javon catches the knee.
Oh.
Ego. No
eats
way.
The knee. Oh, Trick eats the knee, but falls onto Javon as. Wow. That's crazy. So Ethan Page is your new NXT champion as he backslides onto Javon as Sean Spears is holding away Trick so he can't reach it up. Wow.
Let's go. That sets up Trick and Ethan, like you said, have Trick chase him. But your new NXT champion.
I can't wait for the Twitter feedback after this one.
They can all kiss my ass.
Well, I'm sure this match was too chaotic and too unorganized for some people and everything.
Hey, for the work rate motherfuckers out there that just want to see flips and tricks and things go through stuff, well, we got flips and a trick and shit got broken. So kiss my ass.
Yeah, we got whoop that Trick 100%.
And what a way to do it. Trick hits the finisher, knocks out Ethan. Ethan lands on Javon. And now you set up that you still leave that door open.
Everybody in this match still, to an extent, looks strong, quote unquote. After this match, and you can make this a tag feud, you can make this singles feud, you can go any still way with this, but it's enough that it changes changes the perspective of it. It changes who's champion.
Yo, we're doing all this crossover stuff. Like, we really need to get Javon over to the X division. There's some people there I really need to see him fight.
I need him in an Ultimate X.
Right?
I need a him versus a Speedball stat.
MTP, the prediction champ. Are you calling yourself the champ?
Hey, but if you're going to become a member for 3 months, Grace, 3 members. If you're going to become a member for 3 months, you can at least, see if you got a shot. We cannot confirm nor guarantee your statements, but yeah.
Trick Williams is beside himself.
Having to be halfway held back by Scott Rosenberg out there in a ref shirt.
Young OG is dead. Young OG is fucking beating.
Leon Spears is literally just beside himself, like sitting there in front of fucking Booker and everything, just beside himself.
100%, Anthony. That would all day long.
That does it. Henry. I believe in Jordan.
What a tease! Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry. Sign me up.
Shut the fuck up. God damn you, Peacock, though. Literally, like,
that's the end of the show.
The absolute last second that was just cut to say his name and he appears.
It was a little Joe Hendry Wyatt there, but I loved it.
I've said this is the WWE CU. This is the Samoan Cinematic Universe out here, and now we're just getting, the extra fucking. It's the same thing anytime you watch a Marvel movie. You've got to stay to the post-credit scenes.
Joe Hendry at the end of the show. If you guys missed it, the last thing we saw on Heatwave was that big old smiling Scotsman. Joe Hendry. What a tease.
Him versus Ethan Page is just shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
And they already teased that he could show up at any time and any show. And you already had a little bit of the backlash. So he showed up and you instantly turned around and eliminated him quick time out of the Battle Royal.
Right.
But him as an NXT champion, they're just earmarking at this point people that they're going to sign when they become free agents.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, NXT Heatwave has gone off the air tonight. Let us know in that chat. How did you feel about it? Did you like it? What did you like? What didn't you like? What did you want more of, less of? How did you feel about the show? We will take your ratings out of 10 and show your work. That was a fun fucking show, and nobody's going to change my mind.
Better, equivalent, non-comparable, not applicable, that versus Money in the Bank.
It's so
that's going to be the comparable.
Yeah, again, it's so hard to compare, and I it's tough to do. Overall, I enjoyed this show from start to finish, probably slightly more than I enjoyed Money in the Bank. There was a couple things in there that I could have done without or had changed a little. I thought Money in the Bank cooked, but this, when you kind of grade on a scale, this is as good of an NXT takeover as you were going to get. Like, every match was on point.
This may still edge it out, but like you said, of grading it on a scale of this being good, really good for a NXT premium live event compared to a WWE premium live event that's, probably number 5 out of the big 4. It's really like you grade on a curve to an extent of would what we got tonight hold up towards the Money in the Bank, vice versa, and everything. So I'll say they both kind of fit in that 8 range.
Yeah, I'm going 9 on tonight. I'm going 9. I liked what they delivered from start to finish. There wasn't really a soft spot that I was not entertained. Lola, Roxy, I thought banged it out. Rox comes out looking like a champ, like a beast. The tag match overachieved. One of my favorite matches this entire weekend was Chase U versus Not Man and Robin. Who would have thunk that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you look all the way down this card. Oba and Wes Lee did its job. The main event was insane. I mean, dude, what was
Kalani versus Sol Ruka won you over?
Kalani and Sol Ruka cooked. That was one of the best women's matches we've gotten in a. I mean, then we followed it up with Roxy and Lola. So, but I thought Sol and Kalani, being that we don't know a lot about them, they showed up and showed out in a big way tonight.
Okay. Fair enough. I like I said, the initial question was more of, I think with them doing back-to-back shows in the same venue, the same arena, the same city and everything, that you would inevitably get that comparable.
Yeah, and I mean, I get the comparable, or why people want to do the comparable, different styles show. I hold WWE to a higher standard that I do NXT. And I think a lot of the people, the stuff that people didn't like about Money in the Bank, or the reason why they felt like it wasn't, is either they didn't get something they were hoping for, or something went away that they weren't expecting, i.e. the cash-in. People were mad about the cash-in. The women's match was the best one. I thought the men's Money in the Bank was good, not great. So that's a little bit of the variance of if you're comparing this to that match for match. I don't think NXT had a step back. There was a couple moments in Money in the Bank that stepped back a little. That's why I give it an 8.5 tonight. I'm giving this one
your match of the night, your performance of the night for Heatwave. As Ricky, what up? Invincible. What up, CJ? What up, my guy? Absolutely, Bradley. But yeah, what did you have as your match of the night, your kind of performance of the night, your superstar of the night? Like your
MVP. I almost want to do 3 stars, but like, I mean, Javon Evans, man, this kid continues to impress, and he took a lot of bumps. Kalani and Soul were great. Jeez, you actually had a really good fucking match, and lost. Javon Evans gets a little bit of a nod for me. The main event slightly edges out the tag match for me.
Okay, so main event's your match of the night.
I think it was fun enough, especially with the end.
I almost halfway want to say match tonight was Oba and Wes, just because that man's a fucking force of nature. But very much the tag team match outkicked its coverage, and the Fatal 4-Way was good, was super fast paced and everything. I'll say main event, main thing, and still, Christ, there's got to be at least, an audible fight of the night or something, I think, with Oba and Wes Lee there. I'll give at least one of them's got to be, my MVP of the show here.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Can't go wrong. I like this show like this. Really can't go wrong. 8.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. What a banger. 10. That PLE was damn near perfect. I mean, dude, it really was. Like, it was short, sweet, to the point. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Well, how you feel about Lola? Her name was Lola.
Lola had a good match. Again, she got her ass kicked, though. And she did well. She is a good in-ring competitor, but Roxy's your champ. And Roxy got a big win off a lady, kind of like what they were doing with Braun Breaker. Lola was getting all these wins, getting pushed real hard, and boom, hit the champ.
No, you're not about to be out there and compare Lola with, I know, deep down in my heart, do that. We're going to do that compared to Braun Breaker. No, because Lola wasn't there either. Braun's out here destroying people. We're out here talking about how Braun Breaker was just walking through motherfuckers.
Did Lola not just stomp the shit out of Shayna in an underground match?
Did Braun not stomp the shit out of half the Monday Night Raw roster?
They both did it, my guy. They both did it. Right? So that's all I'm saying.
One got in a fight with one person. Braun's out here been stomping a mud hole in multiple people.
Lola's been beating everyone. She won the breakout tournament, so she was on a hot run. That's all I said. I didn't say she was Braun Breaker in a singlet.
She was on a commercial break because she was injured.
Yes. 8.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 10. 9.5. People loving it. 10. This show is a perfect 10, but this Goofy is the champion. Who, Ethan? 9 out of 10. CJ giving it a 9. 8.5. Joe Hendry appears and lights out. I thought that was well played.
That's really interesting, especially of not even like you didn't even get the full entrance. Like they didn't let the goddamn Wyatt 6 of like it's the ultimate post-credit scene of say his name and blackout.
You smiled.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. 8 out of 10.
That's what we'll do when we end the stream time. Just
right. Way better than AEW could do. AEW sucks. Tony, I don't agree with that. But I would argue Heatwave's probably beaten the last couple for sure that I've had to sit through. 8.9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Someone did tell.
Someone did a Trish move.
Well played. What was match of the night? I think we both touched on that. Are you going with the Oba?
No, the potential, like it's there, the tag match, the main event, for halfway the sake of being difficult, and just because I think it really worked of Oba and Wes Lee, I'll go for match tonight.
Okay. I like it. I mean, again,
but that's not a bad shout of that. There's literally 3 matches right there that we could be all valid discussions for match of the night.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, women.
We didn't have that last night. Tag match. Main event.
Both
Oba West would be like that's a deep cut.
If I was voting, I'd probably put the Oba Wes Lee match a little bit lower than that. But
no, that's fine. Like I said, I understand that. Yeah,
it was a great match, an absolutely great match. 7.5 out of 10. I rated Money in the Bank an 8, and I don't think this one. Oh, I think you're a little biased here, Boston. As much as Money in the Bank, but it was damn good. So there you go. Boston doesn't think it was as good. Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn of they both kind of feel equal to me. Of I was almost giving Money in the Bank a 7.75 last night and everything. So I think I'm going 8 on the weekend.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that puts me. My average would be 8.5.
Yeah, or 8, or you gave 9 tonight?
I'm giving 9 tonight. I was really.
Oh, then yeah, and you gave 8 for Money in the Bank. So yeah, you're 8.5 your average.
What was the best match of the weekend?
Women's Money in the Bank briefcase match. Not debatable.
Not debatable, but Oba Femi being the match of tonight. That's
match of tonight. Yes, match of the weekend is a different story.
Women's Money in the Bank, yeah, and I do agree with that. I mean, it's really hard to argue,
right?
But yeah, fair enough. The NXT main event might give it a run for its money, but it's 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. NXT has come a long way and have really stepped up. They've come a long way from the 2.0. And anybody that wants to lean back on how bad the 2.0 era was, this is not that.
But are they still at the point to where they were before, like the draft and everything, before Stand and Deliver, before Mania?
I think so. I think they're with a show like this. Hard to argue. Yeah, I think so. I mean, the women's division looks strong. The men's division looks nice. The tag team division looks strong, which is new and exciting. So definitely hell of a show. I agree with Theater of the Absurd. Yeah, I think so. Don't you?
No, that's fair enough. I was just asking the question because to me, I think the jury's still out a little bit on it, at least with me, of if it's still better than where it was before. I think that it's close. It's still in proximity. It's very much a topic of discussion. I don't know if I could say definitively one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I just off the top of my head, I feel like I rated tonight's pay-per-view better than I did Stand and Deliver. So that gives me optimism where we're kind of at a place where we're getting past it. And you see like Ethan Page coming in that. It's got a vibe for me right now.
Fair enough.
9 out of 10. Bravo. Excellent show delivered from start to finish. And it didn't go for 5 hours. That's even better.
I know. I'm amazed. I'm confused. I was like, so what do we do? Do we keep talking or we'd wrap this up out here? I thought we were going to have another half hour of action out here.
We're going to click on these comments and we're going to get the fuck out of here because we're back at it all week long, folks. We got lots to cover, lots to talk about. It's going to be an interesting week. You know, the fallout from tonight, the fallout from Money in the Bank. Raw should be exciting as hell tomorrow. And then Dynamite's crazy. Thursday, our half-year awards. Friday, SmackDown, Rampage. And more to come. Stay tuned. 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And nobody really going less than 8. I haven't seen many.
Fair enough. But still, let's think about this as that now that we've talked about, we've got our mid-year awards coming up and everything. We've had Forbidden Door, kind of AEW's mid-year pay-per-view. We've had Money in the Bank, WWE's mid-year pay-per-view. We just had Heatwave you could say they're mid-year pay-per-view because they're all happening within weeks of each other, or damn near a week or two of each other.
Yeah.
So this is now the landscape of pro wrestling going forward into the summer and everything like that. How we feeling? Who has what you're more excited for? How we feeling of this is the summer of 2024 in pro wrestling coming up here?
Yeah, I mean, again, as far as being a wrestling fan, we're super pumped. We're super excited. Like I said, we're spoiled as a fan base right now. NXT's cooking. WWE main roster is cooking. What we're building for SummerSlam and then into Berlin, into past that, man, it looks amazing. Forbidden Door gave me no optimism. Forbidden Door was fucking horrible.
You don't like MJF turning heel because
no,
that's
it's shit.
It's that they need.
They're gonna cheer for him anyway, no matter what he does.
They did during his heel promo.
It was fucking contrived. It was fucking dumb.
They needed to do it though. They needed
to Danny Garcia,
who means needed to do.
Danny Garcia means nothing. It was shit.
They admitted he meant nothing.
I think that
this whole angle is
put him in a good angle, and he would become a heel. If you want him to fight Ospreay and be a top guy, which he should have been instead of fucking with Roosh and Hichichero, then you put him in there with Ospreay, and he treats Ospreay like shit and gets genuine heat. Beating up Daniel Garcia isn't meaningful enough to make anybody hate the fucking man. Who cares? It's Daniel fucking Garcia, a lower mid-card guy, a guy that would be at the lower end of NXT. Nobody gives a fuck about Danny Garcia.
And I understand that, and I agree with that. And it's still the same way why I think it's interesting that they initially brought him as a babyface and everything. I think that they very much realized they needed to pivot, because if they were going to bring this man in initially as heel, you go out of the gate and you instantly cut off everything with the Undisputed Kingdom and instantly kill them. Versus they tried to make this man a babyface, realized, oh shit, all we have is babyfaces. There's no heel to work here. So he's the best candidate to do it. He's the easiest one that you can make do it. You're sacrificing. It's one of those, it's not a good way. It's not good right now, but it's one of those, it was a necessary evil. It's one of those, you had to do it. There was no way that they could have kept going with the MJF that they had, with anything like that, if they didn't do something like this.
Yeah. I think if MJF had just returned and been the badass with the chip on his shoulder that we all know, there was plenty of options. The fact that you put him in bullshit
situation, Ospreay with the same babyface doing the exact same gimmick that he would be doing,
you can't. He's too fucking hodgepodge. He's too fucking messed up. You have someone who's a natural talent, and you can't even book for this guy. Him beating up Daniel Garcia.
What talent do they have that could go against him though?
That's the best roster in the world, Nick.
We're arguing the same point from different spectrums here. Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem. GCW did a backyard wrestling show. Yes, they did.
With trampolines. I feel like I need to do the Homer Simpson trampolines.
But I'm a little nervous for AEW. Like, I mean, there's a lot of potential, but they got all in, all out, back-to-back weeks. But again, the world is their oyster. If Tony can figure some shit out, great. But there's not a lot in AEW that I'm excited about right now.
I'm at least glad that I got back heel MJF instead of convoluted, contrarian, halfway babyface, halfway heel. Just, I'm supposed to like him, but I don't know if I like him. MJF out here to where he's even, he had to go back to where he was doing what he was before, to where he was taking shots at the internet. He was doing all of this. You sacrificed, it's the goose for the gander. You got rid of Undisputed Kingdom. Sorry about your damn luck. You already dead in the water. It's better to have MJF out as a heel out here, and he can sit there and the only ratings that Meltzer or that Ospreay cares about are from Meltzer. I care about ratings from a guy called Nielsen, which, by the way, for anyone now, that brings up the who gives a shit about ratings talks. Well, clearly they do, because they're putting it in their television.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point, my guy. 9 out of 10. When is the next NXT PLE? It will be SummerSlam weekend, which is what did they just announce?
Oh,
what the fuck did they call it?
Shit.
We just saw the ad.
Yeah, 3 hours ago. Good luck. Vitamins.
Yeah, Danny,
I was gonna say it's not bad blood. Is it it's probably not an in your house.
No, it was just the
fact checkers. Let us know. We're terrible, and I don't want to go. Hey man, KJ, you said it the best, says Malik. Bo said so. Javon still looks like a champ. He's the young OG. He's out there. He's still getting ID to buy alcohol and everything.
Right. And it declined to the poor bugger. So yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
That shit. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, fuck.
Right.
By the way, on a side tangent, when we had to all wear the mask and everything, I would still never get ID'd. So I would constantly say they could just tell I'm dead behind the eyes, so they don't even question that I'm over 21 years old. Right.
Yeah. Anthony, I feel you, bud. I appreciate you filling in, man. It's a trip. It's a trip.
Gotta have faith.
Right. Claudio versus Fletcher versus Pac versus Ishii just got added to Dynamite. See? Why? Why are those
tough as shit street fight or fatal four-way? Well, because then there's also still Jericho versus Joe in a whatever the fuck street fight thing. Like, we have to just admit, folks, let's come together as a community and admit that AEW doesn't have stories. It's just a super indie with a TV deal.
They're not even delivering good. Like, if you, I beat this to death of, okay, you don't have to have stories, but all your matches have to cook. And they don't. You had Marco Stunt in a match this week. Get the fuck out of here. You're wasting my time. You're throwing fucking Saraya and the Outcast into shit. Get the fuck out of here. You got Jericho flopping around like my drunk uncle at a cookout. Get the fuck out of here. Do better. You don't have to write stories, but then the matches better be good. What the fuck is this? Claudio, Kyle, Fletcher, Pac, and Ishii. The fuck? 3 guys that can really wrestle and a potato.
It'll be interesting. NXT Cookout Challenge. Great American Bash. That's what it was. Great American Bash. Great American Bash. American Bash. What happened? I just got off. What? Pause. I don't know what you got off to, my guy.
Look at that woman's match.
Can y'all recap the pay-per-view? You can hit rewind and we can recap the pay-per-view that way. I guess real brief quickly is where was it? Well, yeah, Javon Evans is athletic as fuck. There was a couple. Yeah, Super Indy is correct. I like this one. Well, KJ almost went full Nick on Garcia. I don't know what I did.
Listen, I don't dislike Garcia. I just think he's
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't like him where he is. And when he's humping the fucking ear of your biggest star in your company. Could you imagine like the top guy in WWE at any time? Cody now, Austin then, The Rock. They're like, hey, okay, you're going to bend over and I'm going to hump your ear. And them going, okay, go for it.
Daniel Garcia is if No Way Jose. Like if you did No Way Jose in a fucking My Fantasy version or whatever, if he's the one that you had, that's all of a sudden he's out there challenging Roman Reigns for the world title and shit. Yeah. Like I like this as the idea of you got a potential to repackage Daniel Garcia, and because the man's got the Billy Kidman syndrome of he's got a dope ass theme song and a shit ass actual fucking in-ring skill of out here just thrusting. But yeah.
If Daniel Garcia was the Ring of Honor World Champion, I'd fully endorse it and cheer for the guy.
But Mark Briscoe's out here, and Mark Briscoe ain't even defending the fucking title as a world champion.
Briscoe should be fighting guys like MJF. You go heel MJF. Yeah. Could you imagine if Mark Briscoe was in the ring and MJF kicked him in the nuts instead?
You do what he did to Daniel Garcia to Mark Briscoe? Oh my God, Twitter's melting down.
Yeah.
Nuclear heat.
The payoff is going to be amazing.
Yeah, but see, that gets nuclear heat with the actual audience versus you get nuclear heat with C. Montgomery Burns, aka Tony Khan. I'm wondering now who's out here playing Smethers.
Right. We will throw a last call on the chat. We'll click through the last few folks. But thank you for being with us tonight. Overwhelmingly good night.
Yes, I will run through the results of the pay-per-view real quick here because Hagen's like wanting a breakdown here. So I will just rapid fire run through it here. So in case you didn't know, in case you're too lazy to hit rewind on the replay of this, Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace went over Oh, Christ, they don't have the results. I got to refresh. Yeah, they went over JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. Okay, I want to make sure before I said it. But they went over, Oba Femi went over Wes Lee in 16-19. Kalani Jordan defeated Sol Ruka for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Nathan Frazier and Axiom went over Chase U for the tag belts. Roxanne beat Lola Vice for the Women's Championship in 12:49. And Ethan Page defeated Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Sean Spears in 17:22 for the NXT Championship. Electric Boogaloo.
Sorry, I got to address. Norman Smiley and Road Dogg used to hump their opponents. You find me a clip of either one of them humping a champion or
the wiggle, my guy.
Yeah, but those are the results, folks. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Hagen, did you catch that?
Fair enough. If you didn't, rewind it again.
Oba's a beast, man. He might, you know what? He might be overlooked for MVP of the night too. And I know you talked about it. The man is unbelievable.
He's 100%. We've got the Golden KJs and everything coming up here. And my God, if this man don't win Rookie of the Year, I don't know who does.
Right. But that's Wrestling for Life over everyone. It's facts, folks. And it's only getting better by the minute. Woo! How you feeling?
And the beat goes on. Da-da-dum.
Oh, it was a big. All right, folks. We are going to say good night. Thank you for spending your weekend with us. Spank you for even spending a moment with us.
Thank you and thank you.
Spank you and thank you. No, thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for being part of the fun. Go check out all the links below. Join us on Discord if you miss us when we're gone. And we will be back tomorrow for Monday Night Raw and all week long for all your favorite wrestling. We are growing by the minute, and the best thing you can do is share us with the world as we got milestones to catch. But other than that, great job, HBK. Great job, NXT. We cooked tonight, Nick.
We got milestones to catch, and I'm going to catch the last train to Georgia out here. As we got bad blood and everything like that. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We'll see you on the flip side. Good night.